Ellen DeGeneres. All right, what were we talking about?
Are we allowed to talk anymore?
Yeah, dude. The NSA just shut us down.
Just stop.
Dude, I'm gonna
not
look out
playing
that
this
window.
game.
There's gonna be a sniper in the tree any
We're not
minute now,
playing this
dude.
game. Dude,
I don't know,
seriously.
man. Is it safe here?
Gotta put my hood on so I can hide my face.
We're gonna need some
Hide
better
my
security
identity.
on this tree.
Yikes. All right, dude.
It's terrifying.
That was terrifying. Holy cow. What are we talking about for real? I
We're gonna be hearing some
completely forgot.
noises or something.
What were
I
we
don't
talking
know. I
about?
have no idea. We got cut off midway through.
That was
Run it back.
hilarious, dude. Matt looks. We both look at it. Oh, we all just go.
We're just like, what?
Everything turned off. The heater was just.
Man, they were trying to get us. I'm serious.
What were we talking about? I completely lost it.
How about them Chiefs?
Easy dub. That's it. End of story.
Bob Sutton.
Fuck Bob Sutton.
We lose the game because
my
of the
man.
defense solely. What happens to Bob Sutton after this game? Anything? Any
Executed-
punishment at all?
Nothing.
Executed on the 50.
Nothing happens.
Jesus.
Hanging by his toenails on the
Fire
50.
squad on the 50.
Bury him with the flag in the Raiders stadium. No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Eric Berry's out today. His foot's bothering him again, aka I think he's just about done. I think he's just been fighting for too long at this point. And kind of
He's out this game?
Yeah, he's not. He didn't practice for a few days, I believe. He said his foot was bothering him again.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
Really?
A lot of stuff going on right now.
As long as we get touchdowns every possession, I'm cool. Seriously. That's it. End of story. That's all we got. Seriously. God, what were we talking about?
I don't know. I'm gonna go retweet the link again because
Conspiracies.
we'll get that
Josh
going.
was talking about.
No, we're not talking about conspiracies anymore. I don't want to get shot or something. telling you, man.
Hey, turn TV on.
Is it off?
Yeah.
Forgot. They turned all of our stuff off. How dare they? How dare they? All right.
Dude, what even happened? I feel like my mind got completely wiped, dude. I don't remember.
I know.
We got hit by that. We got hit by the weapon in Men in Black.
Yeah, we got hit by EMP. We got hit by EMP. Dude, that was crazy. What the heck just happened? Aliens.
Unbelievable.
Aliens.
Let's go see what's going on the Twitter right now.
Aliens.
Aliens. What about them?
Aliens.
Are they here among us? Did they build the pyramids? Nah, probably not.
Probably not the pyramids, but
They built something?
oh, they're here.
No, man. The Area 51, all that, that's just some classified military aircrafts. They don't want to give other countries the same blueprints we have, so they have to keep it really. I mean, that's why people are like, oh, I saw something shooting across the sky. It's this big metal. Yeah, it's probably just a U.S. aircraft they didn't want to reveal to the public yet. Makes sense to me, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense to me too. It's nothing special. Dude, if you go on the Area 51 base, dude, they freaking like shoot you and stuff, dude. Well, yeah, it's the military base. You
That's
idiot.
any military base.
Are you stupid?
They don't want you there. They don't want you to see what's inside. Hey, I just want to take a look around. Yeah,
What are you hiding in there? I just want to look around. Take pictures.
I don't know. You guys were joking with me about conspiracy theories, but I mean, I want to hear about your 9/11 situation you guys both got going.
That's him, dude. That's not
That's
me.
not me.
I didn't believe it at first. I honestly still don't believe it.
So what we started talking about was, is 9/11 real? Was it faked? And so we found this picture of this story of some kid who was inspired by the attackers on 9/11, stole a plane in
Crashed it into an
Florida?
American bank or something.
it was a skyscraper in like Tampa or something. And
Small plane.
yeah, are like nothing the size of the planes used for the attack on 9/11. But he crashed into this building, and all that happened was he destroyed one office, like,
Yeah, like
one, not
window.
like one building's off, like one office, like arguably like the size of a cubicle, like really, really tiny, like no fire, no explosion.
He literally just crashed in there, and then he looked to his
like,
right. Sharon's over there typing on.
Yeah, that was
you
it.
know,
He's the only one that died,
Yeah, he was the only one that died.
and so
Imagine that bringing coffee to your boss, and then plane
God
just right
damn
next to
it.
you. It's a damn propeller. Anyways, yeah, I didn't do anything, but I still don't think.
But yeah,
It's really it's
that's
just
where
a
that's where we
weird-
started.
really,
Maybe
really
the
weird.
Pentagon, maybe. I
Yeah,
believe
we
that.
did talk about that as
Pentagon,
well.
maybe, but like because
The wingspan of that plane,
it didn't do
huge.
anything.
I mean, the wreck inside the building. I mean, it's probably about 10 feet wide and went all the way to the top of the building. It was really weird. But the wingspan of
And it
the
was
plane
only
would have
one
knocked
hallway.
out. I mean,
It was only one hallway too.
yeah, it's just really
It
weird.
looked like you just took a slice out of a cake.
The only
basically, is
footage
what
of
it
the
looked
Pentagon plane crashing as well is really choppy. I mean, there's like three
It's super
different frames
choppy,
of the plane.
like. And it's where like you get in. You know, how, like you have to sign, like show your ID or something, and like they lift open. Yeah, why would that camera be like that
Mhm.
shitty of quality
Mhm.
if you're like trying to look at their face when they're trying to come in?
It's real
I'm a
odd.
genius.
It's really odd.
End of story. End
Ben
of story.
proved it.
I
We're gonna
proved
get
it.
shut down again. By the
I
NSA.
mentioned that we were talking about that the other day, and I mentioned something to May about that. And she said we were looking for the first plane footage and we couldn't find it. I've heard that before, but there's no footage of the first plane at all because it wasn't news at that point yet.
Because it was crazy. It would just happen.
Yeah, it just happened.
No one was
Nobody was
just-
expecting. Nobody's
No, it's
filming.
like,
but at the same time,
"Hey,
you
look at
figured
New York."
you figured there'd be some kind of security footage or something, anything at all.
Yeah.
But there's no footage of it.
There's no security
whatsoever.
camera that's looking straight up.
It's
Man.
really odd.
Like,
Based
look at
on
that.
other plane wrecks and that have hit buildings like that before, which happens a lot actually, and just hit fields and blow up or whatever. They usually don't blow up. They usually just wreck and that's it. It's like a car wreck. You just hit something, a lot of damage is done, but nothing usually catches on fire and blows up. So it's just really weird to me that the explosion was that huge on both of them, including the Pentagon. Really weird.
I think there's an argument coming from my engineering
Oh, great.
studentry.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, so I mean, it's pretty simple. If you like hit a building at the top, then why did it collapse the way it did? It should have like toppled over, not like implode on itself. Like it didn't.
Yeah.
It should have like fallen over, like hit other things. But if you watch the video, it like falls in on itself and goes like straight down.
Even the firefighters
I
at
don't
the
know how that
time, they
happens.
classified it as a bomb explosion. They kept saying there's a bomb went off in the World Trade Center. A bomb. Multiple times they mentioned that. Not once did they even think it was a plane until the second plane hit. So it's just really, really, really odd. But I mean, even the way that the building was falling, I mean, everything that they went procedure wise was like a bomb went off, not like something hit the building.
Yeah, it was like a demolition. Like they were taking the
really
damn thing
weird,
on,
really
'cause it
weird
just-
stuff.
Yeah, there was a third building next to it that exploded too.
Oh, really?
The third, I think.
Bring that up and see if we can't find it.
Third Tower mystery solved. Okay, it's solved apparently by
Okay.
BBC News.
Let's see how wrong we are.
47-story third tower, known as Tower 7, collapsed 7 hours after the Twin Towers. Smoking gun.
What was that building?
It was like one right next to it.
Yeah,
But what was
what went
it?
on there?
Although its collapse potentially made architectural history, all of the thousands of tons of steel from the skyscraper were taken away to be melted down. The third tower was occupied by a Secret Service, the CIA, the Department of Defense, and the Office of Emergency Management, and which would coordinate any response to a disaster or a terrorist attack. The deconstruction of a third tower was never mentioned in 9/11 Commission report. The first official inquiry into Tower 7 by the Federal Emergency Management Agency was unable to be definitive about what caused its collapse.
The bottom point there, the bottom bullet's really odd to me. In May 2002, FEMA concluded that the building collapsed because intense fires had burned for hours, fed by thousands of gallons of diesel stored in the building. But it was said it only had low probability of occurrence. Diesel fuel. I mean, everybody kept talking about, the jet fuel couldn't melt steel beams, blah, 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 as a joke. But like realistically, I mean, jet fuel shouldn't have caught on fire the way it did, even though jet fuel is extremely flammable. The way it did in the first two buildings, it shouldn't have. So if it's anything similar to that, the other two, it's just really odd for that to happen right there. I mean, look at that. That doesn't look like a plane crash.
That one right there. This one. The one in the circle.
Just
I
really
mean, you
weird.
can't say that. You've never seen
That's
another
true.
plane crash into a building.
That's
"Oh,
true, but there's
that's no
different. I
way."
mean, there's different. I mean, you can go look up other planes hitting buildings like the one you mentioned. They don't blow up ever. I mean, it's really odd for it to catch on fire, let alone explode like that.
A really good counter argument to that, though, is that these are jets, and the other plane that he crashed into the building, the kid, the 15-year-old or whatever, is propeller plane, so it's not jet fuel. It's probably
Yeah, and
like premium fuel, like you could buy it quick trip.
like I mentioned as well, is they also have to carry a lot more gas as well because they're going farther distances with more weight. So I mean, it's kind of like a semi in the air. They carry more fuel than just what they need.
Pretty big plane.
But the whole thing is just really odd.
Damn.
I don't know. What do you think, Ben?
This picture shows explosions happening prior to the plane hitting right there. Like 3 separate explosions right there.
What's the source on that? Like, where's that from?
Probably some shitty
This
wiki-
website
Well,
made
okay,
by my
also-
buddy,
Grandpa.
my buddy at my job.
Yeah, also fucking reliable sources are not going to be like, "Yep, 9/11's a fake." It's like,
That's
okay, we
true.
don't trust you anymore.
Look, it gives us graphs. Look at that. It gives us diagrams here.
Man, people go really in depth on this.
Wow, they're not playing around here.
I know. He went there with a tape measure and said, "All right, I think it's about."
He was on the scene. Hold on, this looks a little phony.
The 3 objects being the fuselage and 2 engines.
I don't know.
They think it's a
Yeah,
missile.
Megan just mentioned to me as well. She's watching, but she said that there were testimonies from people inside the building that said they heard bombs go off
Yeah,
before the planes hit.
I don't remember where I heard it, but I've also heard that, like, firefighters were saying like they found like bombs in the bottom of the building. I don't know how real that is.
I mean, it's more than just like 1 or 2 firefighters. I'm talking like dozens of firefighters came out saying, oh, this is a bomb threat. That's what this is.
I don't know how that doesn't like
Get
come
out.
out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, there's something else going on.
Maybe
there.
they were just convinced over and over from hearing all day. Oh no, it's not a bomb. It's 2 planes hit. Oh, it is. Okay, maybe I was wrong.
Some guy and a couple guys in black suits show up on their front door the next day, like, "Hey,
right
about what you saw."
Right.
I don't know.
And you never know.
I don't know. All these conspiracy theory things are really interesting because they sound really crazy.
They sound so real.
Yeah,
like,
it sounds.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
But like at the same time, everyone's like, "No, that's insane." But it's like that's why it's cool. That's why it's interesting. It's because it's both sides. It's like you're insane, but also like it's pretty convincing. So that's why it's cool.
I mean, the other thing is you usually have to find a moral, like whenever you come up with any kind of conspiracy theory, like why did this happen? Why would they try and cover it up? That kind of thing. But there's all kinds for both of them that I've talked about. I mean, the moon one, obviously it's the space race. We were trying to beat the Russians. That's why it would have been in our benefit to, get there sooner than we thought. But also like with this, I mean, we were in an oil war with the Middle East during this time. So, I mean,
you see that?
Yeah, I did. Peppa Pig. Love it.
What is wrong with people? Jesus Christ.
Then you got to figure out how to show people this.
I know. That website called Fake History Porn or something.
It's he's showing us a picture. It's titled, scroll up. It's called "Hijacked Plane Hits One of the Twin Towers," and it's the Peppa Pig family in like a cartoon airplane.
My cousin, who's a firefighter, is wondering what we're talking about. I think it's time to switch subject.
Yeah, we got to switch subjects. So, aliens, yeah. Those are cool. Those are real for sure.
They paid off the firefighters, those aliens did.
But yeah, no, to wrap up the whole conspiracy theory thing, I think it's just like any time that there's like a wide range of people being like, I don't know, there's something kind of weird here, then chances are there's something not right. It might be not the whole truth, the full truth, and nothing but the truth.
Sometimes we want to believe them more than the evidence we're given. We just want to believe that they're real.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's just interesting. It would be cool to
And it all makes sense.
find out years later something's different.
Like the Mandela effect. You know what that
Dude,
is?
I hate that.
I know.
I hate it.
I was
hate it.
wondering if we were going to bring that up, but I mean,
All right, for those
What's
of you
an
who don't know what
example?
for those of you who don't know what the Mandela effect is, it's like, for example, it's like an alternate reality. For example, Chick-fil-A. A lot of people think it's spelled Chickfila, but it's actually Chick Chick, and everyone's like, "What? That's not right."
I just think
It's a
the
real
same thing.
Yeah, no, it's real.
Like,
Have you noticed a lot of times
Go to the
with
Fruit Loops one. That was
yeah,
good.
with the Mandela effect, like
Oh.
here's Looney Tunes, Berenstain Bears, Fruit Loops, all of these I've noticed or have something to do with either food or like children's anything that has to do with just when you're younger. And it's really weird to me that that's like an occurrence. Like it's like young, like movies, stuff you do when you're a little kid. I mean, not that we don't watch movies now, but it's just really weird that they all kind of Kit Kat. I mean,
yeah,
they're
no, I
candies.
haven't made that like that association, but like looking at this, like they're
Pokemon.
all like that.
It's
yeah.
really odd to me that they're all not, for the most part, not all of them, but for the most part,
Yeah.
they have to do with like
Okay. That Target
children's-
one is terrible. Nobody thinks Target looks like that.
where?
That
Oh.
one.
That's crazy.
Which one is it, Matt? The one on the left or the right?
The one in the middle, stupid.
What?
It's definitely the left.
Yeah, it's the left.
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering if you were like, nobody thinks it's the one on the left. Wait a second. McDonald's? I doubt that's
No,
even close.
I don't see anything there.
the little loop on the F.
Which one is it? It's the
Oh.
one on the bottom, right?
I don't know. That one's stupid. I don't like that one.
There's some good ones though. I mean,
It's got a loop on
yeah.
it.
the Looney
Look
Tunes
at
one.
the
is
look
funny.
at the Coca-Cola one.
What's up with that?
I don't know. Oh, the dash.
Is
I
that
don't know.
the
This
one?
is now turned into which is the
Volvo.
original. It's no longer the Mandela effect.
Volvo had the arrow there. They definitely did.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyways, it's like you think it's something else, but actually it's the other, like the
Oh,
opposite.
do Chick-fil-A. It's right there. Damn it! I wish the people could see.
Megan says to search the origins of the Mandela effect, like why it's named that. She says to look it up. Unless you know, I'm not really sure.
I don't know. I have no idea.
No idea.
Wait, so which one
Oh.
is it? Chick-fil-A.
It's because everybody
It's
thought he
CHICK.
died. Everybody thought Nelson Mandela had died years before he actually did die. And I do remember that people were like, "Wait, I thought he died like 5 years ago
That's
when
weird.
he did die."
That's so
I
weird.
remember that vaguely, but
Yeah, look, here it is.
there you go.
Neuroscience explain the Mandela effect.
Right.
Jeez.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that is wild. Beats by, what do you mean? It's obviously Dre, but it's not anymore because Apple bought it. Moron. Lego, does it have 2Gs? No.
Why would it ever have two G's?
No, that's not it. It's definitely not it.
I think some of these are pretty stupid.
Who thinks this is it? Who thinks Target
This is
has
massive,
like
dude.
2 circles? That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Anyways, yeah, I forgot who told me about it, but they think it's like legit, like a legit thing.
Yeah.
It's got an actual website. The Mandela effect. What do you remember? I'm making some big site changes. Okay, who cares? We don't care. Go to mandelaeffectsite.wordpress.com. What is this trash? Oh, they think he died in prison.
Mm-hmm.
Forrest Gump. Life is or was like a box of chocolates.
Life is like
Is-
a box of chocolate.
Jif or Jiffy peanut butter?
Jeff.
The big one that I always hear is the Darth Vader. Everybody's always, quoting, spoiler alert.
What?
He
What's he
says-
say?
Luke, I am your father is incorrect. He never says, Luke, I am your father. He says, no, I'm your father in the movie. And everybody goes around saying, Luke, I'm your father. That's how they quote it.
The more we talk about this,
Is that true?
Are you fucking serious?
You pressed the button, didn't you?
No.
Plugging me, boy.
They can still hear us.
Hey, unplugging me.
God!
It's like a bad connection now.
Right, bad connection.
No, I'm serious. If I push on it, it works. It's like the cable down here is messed up.
right.
Not kidding.
Right.
All right, nobody breathe too hard.
No, you just watch your knees.
We got
No, I didn't unplug it. It's
FBI
like a bad
agents
connection.
sneaking in here
Yeah.
unplugging our cords.
Golly.
But no, the more we talk about the Mandela effect, the stupider I think it is.
Are you sure he says that? I am Luke. I am your father.
Look it up. It's no, I'm your father. That's the actual line in the movie.
is the actual line "Luke, I am your father." Luke, I am your father is probably one of the most famous lines in the film. Too bad Darth Vader never said it.
No, I am your father is the correct line. Yeah.
Wow.
Is there other
I've never really
explanation for that,
watched.
though?
I've never really watched Star Wars anyway, so it's like I know that sounds crazy, but it's just like I used to watch it as a kid, but I don't remember it as much as you know.
Wow,
I would just choose not to
Idiot.
watch. I would just choose not to watch Star Wars because I think it's honestly just not my thing. I'm just gonna say that right now. See, there's that diagram.
it goes right back to the
Goes back.
757 plane crash.
It was the last
All
time.
right, now
I
that we're
was like-
talking about the Mandela effect, let's go back to 9/11. Jump back to the moon real quick, and maybe we'll hit up some. What else is that? There's some other conspiracy theories that are wild out of there, but
Yeah, look up a list of common conspiracy theories.
I want to see what
We'll go over the
most-
ones we haven't.
I guarantee the moon and 9/11 are 1 and 2 for sure. Of like most
I don't wanna go to some
information
stupid-
compiled, which is really odd, but that would make sense.
Oh,
too, 'cause-
JFK's killing maybe.
Oh, that one
That's
actually
pretty good,
just
yeah.
recently didn't they find out that there were 3 shooters based on the descriptions that Trump had released finally after they were supposed to release them after so many years. They released them and it came out that there were 3 shooters, not 1.
I don't know. I
That
don't
was
know
like this
Right.
year.
I remember he released
Yeah,
the
it's like a big
files
deal to release the JFK files.
because they were like, you have to wait till this.
Yeah.
And it's like Trump was like, hell no, here you go. It's not really a big deal.
No,
Just
this is the year we were supposed to reopen them. So he got the option to or not, and he chose to. Obviously, I mean, who wouldn't? But we should look that one up as well. I don't think he's even a conspiracy theory now that those have come out. The actual files from what happened from the investigation at the time.
Go up. Oh, Freemasons. That's like a huge thing.
racism is a
Freemasons
conspiracy
is-
theory.
It's fake.
What do you mean?
What do you like? What's the argument?
Black genocide conspiracy theory holds the view that African Americans are the victims of genocide instituted by white Americans. Lynchings and racial discrimination were formally described as genocide by the Civil Rights Congress in 1951. Malcolm X also talked about black genocide in early 1960s. Public funding of the pill was also described as black genocide at the first Black Power conference in 1967. In 1970, after abortion was more widely legalized, some black militants depicted abortion
Yeah,
as
just
being
touches
part
on
of the
everything.
conspiracy.
Just touches on everything, doesn't it?
What is this? I have no idea
So-
what
I
they're.
don't,
We're gonna
I,
hit
I don't
the-
know
we're
what
gonna
that
It's
hit
is.
just
the
white
racism,
genocide. What
Then
is
we're gonna hit the abortion, and then on the way
Is
back
it
up, we're
just
gonna
saying
like,
that
White
that
racist
racism
patriarchy.
is a racism
the
is a
white
conclusion of
White
black
racist
people killing people.
patriarchy controls the world in order to oppress black people.
in order to, or just in order to stay in power.
That is the stupidest thing I have ever heard. Seriously, that is stupid. If anyone actually believes that,
All right, go.
you're an idiot. Illuminati, that's normal. Really, like, what do we have to talk about Illuminati? Like, yeah, okay, we get it. Beyonce, whatever.
I love that
says.
Jay-Z line about it.
Like,
I'm
remember
6'2" head of
like 5 years ago, we would just people would listen to. I would do this
Go.
because I used to believe this real heavy, and I was like, dude, the Illuminati's so real, dude. And I would listen to like Jay-Z's lyrics backwards, and it said some vaguely said,
The
I
Led
love-
Zeppelin-
Yes,
Led Zeppelin.
dude,
it said,
yes.
I love Satan. And it's like, no, it's just
There's a
backwards.
Led Zeppelin
No, okay,
line that Matt and I had years ago.
it's a Stairway to Heaven,
Yeah.
ironically, and the big debate is: did he do it on purpose? Did Robert Plant write these lyrics on purpose, or is it just by chance?
Because it's
He
known
said-
that he bought the old estate of like the
Or
one that
it
started
was
the
him or
pagan
like
church.
Bonham or somebody
Yeah.
bought like a super like satanic mansion.
They're really
something.
into like all kinds of pagan stuff and
Right,
pagan
right.
stuff, and like on their vinyls they have their own
Right.
pagan symbol.
Yeah,
for
so
each individual
it's
band
like
member.
they're like super satanic, right? But they're not. They don't claim to be. And
Right.
then someone approached Robert Plant, I guess, after someone played and found out that Stairway to Heaven backwards has like a satanic message. Like Josh and I listened to it. It's
The reason we listened to it is because when I heard it, I was like, that doesn't make sense. Let's listen to the lyric. And we listened to the lyric forward the correct
and it doesn't
way.
make sense.
It doesn't
It's-
sound
it's so-
right,
it's
and
like
it doesn't make
bushel
sense.
in your hedgerow, or
Yeah,
it's something
It
weird.
doesn't. I mean, unless it's just some weird, British humor.
And
or
so
something. I
and
don't
so
know. I
then
have
then
no
we
idea.
we looked it up, and if you play it backwards, it's pretty legit. Like it's pretty clear. It's not like, oh yeah, I think I heard. It's not like,
It's not like if they tell you that it says something,
Right,
you'll
no,
like
you-
force yourself to hear it. and be
yeah,
like,
no,
"Oh
you
my
can
God."
like legit legit hear a lot of it.
But yeah, what people are
what's it
wondering if he
say?
did it on purpose or not.
It's
You can go ahead and say it. I'm not gonna say it. You can go. Say it.
What does it say? Like killed Jesus or something?
No, it's not that
it's,
bad. I just
what am I looking at? Stairway to Heaven backwards.
if you type in hidden message, it'll probably. Oh, there it is right there.
It says, "So here's to my sweet Satan, the one whose little path would make me sad, whose power is Satan. He'll give you 666. There was a little tool shed where he made us suffer, sad Satan." And that's just obviously not the whole song, but yeah, no, if we played it and it's like you can hear a lot of it for sure.
Right.
But the argument is Robert Plant claims that like they didn't plan that because like they were like, how hard is it for us to like write hits anyways? Could you imagine how hard it would be for this to be our number one song and for us to have a message in it backwards?
So-
That's unbelievable. It's not possible. So then people are like, oh, Satan, the devil has something to do with it, blah, blah, blah. It's like, whatever you believe, man.
So I'm gonna go really in depth on this one really fast, just to, like so. 1969 was Led Zeppelin 4, which is where that one I believe. Yeah, it should be like the first track of Led Zeppelin 4, I believe. And in 1969 is when they first like that's at the end of the Beatles era almost, where they started experimenting more with computers than making noises. And a lot of popular artists at the time were playing stuff backwards. They just realized that was a thing you could do and play it on the tape backwards and then record it back onto the vinyl. So it would make sense that if that was popular at the time, that they would experiment with it a little bit, with it being that year and just the era and rock that they did. I mean, it wasn't just them that did it. The Beach Boys did it. The Beatles, Led Zeppelin.
There's a word for it. I can't remember what it's called, but
Yeah, but basically they just record
Backwards.
themselves back.
Backwards.
well, it's called
yeah.
something
Backwards.
putting a message in like a hidden message in something backwards,
Yeah, I
like
don't-
saying something forward,
I
but
don't know this
backwards is
specific
what you
one.
really mean. I can't remember. There's a word for it because it got really popular like a long time ago in like 6th grade and stuff. Dude, yeah, the Illuminati's so real. Dude, listen to Jay-Z say this backwards.
No, but he says stuff to make fun of it in 4. That's what I was talking about earlier. He says, I'm 6'2". How the F did I fit in the new Bugatti? Off, cause you got me. Like he's like saying in
Backmasking.
the Illuminati.
What?
It's called backmasking,
Is that what it's called?
I guess.
Pull that up, Jamie. Sandy Hook. There's a conspiracy theory.
That's a weird one for me.
I don't know about that.
That one might be a coincidence, but with the weird actors, like the lady that was at like all of the
Oh
shootings.
yeah, no, you've told me about
that
this.
was
Yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
weird. I don't know if that's maybe my
Zion-
thing-
Okay,
Zionist?
I kind of feel like that's like YouTube was like, hey, let's make not YouTube, but like someone on YouTube was like, hey, let's make a really good video. This would be great. And then they just like, this would make a great conspiracy theory. Like,
Wait,
well,
that's
they were
kinda how I
on
feel
they
about
were
it.
on the
Explain this.
news interviewing on all of them too. It wasn't just somebody. But my thing is, my whole
You
thing.
can fake that.
You're exactly. So what I'm saying is, how easy is it to walk up like 5-10 minutes after a shooting?
Well, hold
like
on,
that
hold on.
and go,
Pause. We gotta like clear it up for everybody. The thing that we're talking about is there's this lady. There's a video on YouTube of her. She's at all these different like school shootings and like mass killings, like terrible events, and they like interview her and she's like crying, right? And then as soon as like they take the mic away, she's like fine. She's like it's whatever. Just another day.
It's not just her. There's other ones out there, but there's a specific lady that was at all of them in one year. It was
And so
really
and
weird.
so the argument is that this is just an actor and all the shootings are fake. Nothing ever happened.
Yeah, but what I would argue is that it's midway through both of this. It's not that all the shootings are fake, but maybe the news channels didn't want to run 5 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes after something happened, to run up to somebody and put a mic in their face and say, "Hey, what do you think about this?" Because it could be their daughter or son and they
Right.
just got shot. So my thing is maybe they hired some lady to just look like she's having a hard time and look like, "Oh yeah, my son's in there," and blah
Right.
blah blah, so that they wouldn't have to go up to the actual victims of the shooting.
They think it's a
question them.
manufactured event with the aim of promoting gun control.
I heard that argument as well. There's a lot of like people always say that things are being
Alex-
staged on Twitter.
Yeah, Alex Jones said that the event was staged with actors.
He says a lot of things. There's something in the
Yeah,
water.
It's Alex Jones. What can we say about that? Oh, there's
Did you hear about the
Clintons.
pizza one, the Democratic pizza pedophile circle,
No.
pedophilia circle that he came out with? I don't know that he came out with it, but he was the one that was supposed
One
to
bite,
do it.
everybody knows the rules.
But it was just that like Bill Clinton and Obama and some high-ranking Democrats had this pizza place that was in, I can't remember what city, but supposedly they had a pedophilia ring going in the bottom, and they like the FBI actually like looked into it because it got surreal, and they were like, "Dude, this is just a pizza joint. There's nothing going on here." And it was like a big deal because the FBI ended up investigating it because they just believed all this propaganda they were hearing, and they were like, "Oh, there's actually nothing going on at all."
There's global warming, vaccination, flat Earth. We're not even talking about that because we already kind of did. And
Touched on that already.
stupid and really dumb. But whatever.
Hey, dude, I'm open to anything.
Boxing. Some fights are fixed.
What's the false history? What is that? Go back up. False history. Let's look into that. Some theories claim that, and I can't really read it from here. You go ahead, Ben.
Some theories claim that the dates of historical events have been deliberately distorted. Conspiracy theorist Herbert Illig.
Sounds German. Oh, it says German conspiracy theory right there.
297 years have been added to the calendar by establishment figures such as Pope Sylvester II in order to position themselves at
But
the millennium.
why? Why would they add
But
exactly
why?
297 years?
So we could get in the club. He wasn't 297 yet.
I don't understand what that means. Jesus, look at the list.
It's pretty good size.
Bunch of morons. Why is America the only one who's like people in Europe don't really care about conspiracy theories? It's
I'm
just
not sure.
Americans.
I don't know that that's even a thing. Are we sure that people in Europe don't have their own conspiracy theories?
That is true.
Probably some
I can
weird.
tell you they
plague
don't
ones
have
over there.
memes.
Yeah, they don't have memes. that's
Those
for
are
damn
illegal.
sure.
Sorry. No
Why-
memeing.
how can you not have memes?
The cops will run it, blow
President
the whistle.
Obama
Put the
wasn't.
meme down.
President Obama wasn't born in the U.S. and maybe a secret Muslim. Okay,
It's not like a conspiracy theory. It's like,
Born in
That's-
Hawaii.
is it true
Here's
or
his
is it
birth
not?
certificate
that's
right here.
that's silly. He's a secret Muslim.
I love that video of
What?
John McCain at his rally, and that lady's like, I just don't trust Obama. He's Islamic. He's a Muslim. And he's
Oh,
like,
remember
no,
this?
ma'am. He just
Lizard
respectfully,
people.
no, ma'am.
Lizard people.
Elon Musk.
People are
Justin
reptilians
Bieber.
running the world.
What's the Facebook?
I remember watching videos about that. Like, oh my god,
Look at his eyes.
yeah, look at the eyes. They're closing like this. They've got 4 eyelids.
People genuinely believe Mark Zuckerberg is a lizard. Genuinely.
He kind
Like
of
the hearing where he's sitting on the weird cushion because he had to sit up taller because he was too short, and they wanted him to look a little bit more powerful in court. Because he was testifying in front of the government. He was like sitting in his chair. The mic's up here. He had to sit on a cushion to make him look taller, but he's sitting there looking really uncomfortable. I'm like, no, he's on like a 3-inch cushion. Of course he looks uncomfortable, but
yeah, he's uncomfortable
also
because he's on the 3-inch
testifying.
cushion, not
He's
because he's
also-
in court.
he's also a college student who created a website, not like some, and he's never done this kind of thing before where he's got to get in front of the U.S. government and testify, hey, we're not actually stealing information, even though we are. It's not a good way to come out and say that.
Yeah, Lee Harvey. Okay, remember we were talking about JFK.
Yeah,
Lee
I was gonna
Harvey
say we should go back
Oswald
to that one.
Got the official blame. You know what's crazy? He got shot, so he didn't have time to like I think it was
Was the second guy that killed him crazy, or was that like a thing that he was hired by somebody
probably
else?
just I don't know.
'Cause
probably
Lee
just
Harvey
somebody-
Oswald, I thought killed not Kennedy. He killed the other guy that killed Kennedy. He killed the
Lee Harvey Oswald was the
what's his
one
name?
who was said to have killed Kennedy.
Was it? Okay, then who killed Lee Harvey Oswald? What was that guy's name?
Some dude that just walked up with a gun. Just said, "What the
Yeah, but do we
shot
know
him on
that
the spot.
guy or anything? I mean,
He's just like some normal dude.
I mean, he got
Yes.
arrested.
Who's like,
he
"Hey,
got in
stop shooting the
prison for it.
president."
So
Guy who shot Lee.
if the FBI wasn't listening yet, they are now for sure. Here we
Jack
go.
Ruby.
Jack
is
Ruby.
the
There
guy.
we go. There's the guy right there.
Yeah, here go all your
He's a
hopes and dreams
Texas-
of this
he's a Texas
podcast
nightclub
going big.
owner.
You just got shut down by the NSA for looking up too many conspiracy theories.
While Oswald was in police custody after being charged with assassination of the U.S. president, the murder of Dallas policeman about an hour later. What is going on? Yeah, he's just a nightclub owner in Texas.
He just said, "You know what? I'm done with this guy.
What?
I don't like.
I
the
don't,
look
I
of
don't,
this
I don't
guy
really know
that
the
shot my
story. When did he
president."
shoot him? Like,
He ran up on the street like he was. I think he was walking
at the
in or out of the
parade?
courthouse.
oh,
No. So at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
parade,
yeah.
JFK got shot. Weeks
Right.
later, after like funeral and everything,
and he's
the
like
guy was
in court.
testifying,
Okay,
and then he was walking like in or
And
out
then
of
he's like,
court, and
"You
then some guy
fucking
ran
idiot,"
up on
and
the
you shot
street.
him.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
so then what happened to that guy?
In prison.
He got arrested.
I think he died already, but I think he went to
Nice.
prison and died in prison. But why would a nightclub owner want to get into that at all? The guy was
These
already
people are
caught.
fucking crazy. Why
I
do people
guess.
shoot up schools? Why do people do any of that?
Yeah, but they're usually not like nightclub
Look, here's the
owners or
footage.
something.
Here's
It's
the
usually
footage
some
right here.
loner that sits in.
He's just walking. He's in custody of the police.
Yeah, there's footage of it for sure.
He's walking out.
Have you seen the footage of JFK
Reagan.
getting shot?
Watch, look. He's just walking out.
Well,
Literally,
I mean,
they're
it's really
holding him.
grainy.
They're just holding the guy. Somebody just walks up out of the crowd.
Bang bang. I think it was like one right in the stomach.
Boom.
Yeah.
Just shot him right then and there. Wow.
Have you
Yeah,
seen the
wow.
Reagan? Have you seen the Reagan shooting? Like when somebody ran up and
God damn it. No, I have not.
that one's crazy too.
This plug's bad.
Somebody pulls out can't hear me probably. I don't know. Somebody pulls out like an Uzi or something, like not even like a handgun, and they're like ready to go.
Reagan shooting?
Yeah. Footage of that as well.
Hey, Reagan was shot. Holy cow. Which one should we? Yeah,
A
this
couple
one.
of them they had guns with them, and they all pull them out.
Jesus. Oh, they got him.
Yeah, they got him. Yeah, one of the guys pulls an Uzi
So was
out
Reagan
of his friggin'
shot
pocket.
or no?
Yeah, he's laying on the ground, shot.
You got shot in the belly or something.
Jesus.
See the guy with the Uzi? There it is, right there. Yeah. See him?
You're
Look
a
at that
mess,
guy.
That is
dude.
Look at
awesome.
that guy. Look, he's ready to go, man.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. He just said. He just
Just
pulled it
keeps
out.
pulling it.
So you saw the other guy had like a friggin' it wasn't even a 45, it was like a little, I want to say sawed off handgun almost. It was so little, and this guy comes out of nowhere, just Uzi on the hip, like we're ready to go.
Aliens are contacting us. Okay.
There's the moon guy.
Moon landing was faked. Yeah.
about
Red
that guy.
meat. FDA is withholding the cure for cancer. Holocaust didn't happen, which is kind of silly. Chemtrails.
I think chemtrails is the stupidest one. It's also like the most popular.
Yeah.
One of the most popular. I guess.
Yeah. Holocaust. You would think there's no doubting a well-documented historical fact of 6 million Jews being exterminated by German Nazis in the recent past, supported by thousands of photos, films, and first-hand accounts. But there are some people who believe the Holocaust didn't happen.
6 million people, 15 million total deaths.
Only about 54% of the world's population has heard of the Holocaust, according to a large 100-country survey with Anti-Defamation League.
It's
And
because people live in third world countries and don't go to school because they live in mud huts. So that's probably why they haven't heard of it.
only a third of those who've heard of it believe the Holocaust is portrayed correctly.
Portrayed correctly and fake are two very different things.
Have you seen the Hitler didn't die conspiracy
Oh,
theory?
yeah, I saw that
And
recently.
he went down to Latin America.
Oh, yeah, that's like the Tupac thing.
The skull that they found was like a woman's skull. Like when they tested it, it was like a 32-year-old woman. But at the same time, you got to remember how many bodies were probably in that room with him.
His
when he-
wife, wasn't it?
Could have
His
been.
woman.
I'm not
Because his
sure.
woman killed it, or
It was
Hitler
like,
killed.
There was like a whole his whole like posse.
Yeah, everybody was
Everyone
there.
was like, yeah, we're
Not
all gonna
only
die
that,
now.
can you imagine all the Germans? Like
real.
when I just recently watched this, like they were talking about how many Russians were running into the city at the time. There were so many that didn't have enough guns for them all. So somebody would just run in with no gun, and the guy in front of them gets shot, and they say, "Okay," and then they pick up their gun, and they're ready to go. And it was just like, I mean, that's how many Russians were there. So like, there was probably just bodies all over that city. There was probably so much confusion, bombs going off at the time. They had no idea what to do. It's not like, oh, I think this one's Hitler's. Let me grab that one. It was,
Oh,
no, we gotta go. Kind
His
of thing.
wife took cyanide. Is what it is.
They all did. They all
Yeah,
took
they all
cyanide.
Except for
It's,
Adolf.
I feel bad that
What
I
did he
know
take?
this,
I thought
but
his was cyanide as well.
He shot himself.
no, I think they all took.
I
Cyanide.
thought he took cyanide.
It was like
as well.
cyanide.
killed
and,
him-
like,
he
tea.
killed
There's,
himself-
Like a play about it or
He
something.
killed himself by gunshot on 30th of April, 1945.
That's kind of weird to me.
And his wife of one day committed suicide by taking cyanide.
of one day.
They've been married one day. What do you mean?
That's a lot of
Like they were married for
That's
one
weird.
day.
What?
Yeah.
I also heard
That
one that the
afternoon, that-
Valkyrie bomb attempt like actually killed him instead of like they said it would like didn't work. And I've heard the one that the bunker bomb actually killed him, but they had to fake that he was alive for the next few years.
What?
Yeah. You ever heard about like somebody attempted to kill him a while ago in a bunker and they blew a bomb up in the bunker
Oh yeah, that's right.
and
Mythbusters
supposedly
tested
supposedly he never got out is the conspiracy theory, but he did, and real people words. You gotta.
Wow. Cause of death, one version that he died poison only. Another view claimed that he died by self-inflicted gunshot while being down on cyanide capsule.
Oh, well,
So other people have other reasons how he died. So like you said, poison or cyanide or just killed himself with a gun.
but yeah,
Hitler's corpse showed no signs of having been shot through the mouth, but this has been proven unlikely. Whoever looked at the corpse.
I was
I
gonna
don't
say
know.
because they
How
had
do you-
his
how do you
skull.
get that mixed up? Like,
They had his
Yeah.
skull
I don't know
supposedly,
anything.
so I don't know.
DNA testing on the skull fragment that Soviet officials had long believed to be Hitler's DNA test examination indicated that it belonged to a woman less than 40 years old.
There you go. See, that's real. That's not like a conspiracy. Like this is a real thing.
For
that happened.
political reasons, the Soviet Union presented various versions of Hitler's fate. In the years immediately after the war, the Soviets maintained that Hitler was not dead, but had fled and was being shielded by the former Western allies. I almost said aliens.
I mean, we used Nazis for like a lot of our NASA scientists for a long time as well, and there was Nazis still working in the Pentagon until the '60s at least. That's real. Like that's not even a conspiracy theory. That's a real thing that happened. Like the guy that sent everybody to the moon, the head of NASA at the time was an ex-Nazi. Isn't that crazy? It's a real deal.
wow.
Elvis Presley faked his own death.
No, he died on the pooper, choked on a cheeseburger.
That's real.
He really did.
I knew that, but
Did a lot of
Okay,
drugs
but
and he
like,
choked on a
I
cheeseburger.
feel really
He
stupid
ch-
because we're like, no, that's real. Like
he choked. He choked on a cheeseburger.
No, that's
Yeah.
just a joke.
I was gonna say what? Why is
he
eating
had a heart
cheeseburger
attack.
on the
He had
show?
a heart attack. Some people say he choked on cheese. He got really fat toward the end of his life.
So they had to pick his body up while
Put
the
out
shit
the
was
blue
just
album,
pouring
Moody
out.
Blue, and
You know, when you die, everything just releases.
Yeah.
So like when you die, your bladder.
so really, it was
releases
probably
and
cleaner than normal. It was on the toilet.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Just flush it.
Just saying.
They probably left him there for a little bit to drain out. MK
That one hit me a little
Ultra.
bit harder than the other ones.
Shakespeare or somebody else. That's stupid.
What does that mean?
Paul McCartney died in a car crash. in
Yeah, I love
1966
that one. I love it. It's probably not real,
was
but I love it.
replaced by a look-alike and sound-alike.
Well, I mean, regardless, that was a long time ago. So if the real Paul did die, then we currently have the real Paul McCartney now. The left-handed one. You know what I'm saying? Like we have the one that we wanted. If the real one died, you know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to be like that, but if the real Paul died in like I think it's 62 or 63, it's like I'll take the Paul after 63, the one that made every Beatles album. Yeah, I'll take that one.
Did George die of
Cancer.
2001,
I think.
Yikes?
Or 2006.
And Lennon
2001.
was
I think it was one.
Lennon was shot.
By a crazy guy who read a book and said the book told me to do it.
What book?
It was. I almost said One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, but that's not it. Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah.
This guy read Catcher in the Rye and said, "Oh, this book says that I need to kill John Lennon and steal his kid Julian." And there's somebody else that was really random, had nothing to do with John Lennon at all. And they were like, "Yeah, the book also told me to kill this person as well." It's really, the guy was just crazy. And the thing, he had his autograph signed by him in the street in New York the day before. And then he came to them the next day. So, John was probably like, "Didn't I just sign this guy's autograph?" And he just pulls out a gun and shoots him right there in New York. Outside of his
dude,
hotel.
how wild is that? Like you could literally just be like looking at someone who's gonna kill you, like
Mhm.
right
That's right.
Yeah.
now. Like you could just sign his autograph in like 24 hours.
I'm a big fan, John. You signed this for me? It was Abbey Road. He
Yeah.
signed his Abbey Road vinyl. He said, "Thanks." Ran off and John went about his day. Next day, he comes out of his hotel same amount of time. Guy walks up like, "Hey." Pa, pa. 2 shots, runs off. They caught him later.
Sick.
What? That's
Crazy.
crazy.
Crazy, man.
That's
What
why
is
it's
what
like-
does John Lennon only preach? What is all of his stuff that he preaches? Love.
He's
Imagine all the people living in a world
It's
of harmony.
peace, love, and positivity, right?
That's
That's John
right.
Lennon.
Yeah, that's that guy. Creates his own beats on stage. That guy.
Yeah.
NASA jumpsuit.
He's
Rubik's
a
Cube.
big Pokemon guy.
Is he? He's 1/8 black too.
Huge.
Or is that 16? I think it's 1/16.
Who's Chummy Boy? Trump is Hitler? That's very false. Why would you ever compare someone to Hitler? Like, that's not cool. You don't do that. I don't know if you thought you were being edgy, but whatever.
I'm not gonna disclose your name, Chummy Boy.
Who is that?
I can't tell you.
Okay, yeah, we're not gonna say anything. But yeah, John Lennon was like the
Yeah, but the Paul is dead thing
SJW.
is wild. Like the song "Glass Onion" on the White Album.
Oh, it says Paul's dead or something. It says something about Paul.
That's in another song where they said Paul. There's a bunch of little kids going, "Paul is dead." It's really weird.
No.
But in the
it's
Glass
I know
Onion, it
what you're talking
says
about. I can't think of it though.
Paul was the walrus. Let me go find the lyrics. I can't
It's
remember
Paul's the
them off top of my-
walrus. The walrus is dead.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Let me go pull it up.
Real.
But yeah, there's
I
more
am
about
the
that. He died in
Eggman.
a car wreck supposedly. That song, the song on the very last song on Sgt. Pepper's album, "Day in the Life." He talks about somebody. He read the newspaper and somebody blew their brains out on the car. That's supposed to be Paul that died. That's the conspiracy theory. And like on the front of the Abbey Road cover, Paul's the only one not wearing shoes. And then like I can't remember the order of who was dressed as who, but somebody was a preacher, somebody was the guy burying him, the gravedigger, and then somebody was wearing Paul was wearing all white with no shoes on. It's really weird. They're all dressed up like symbolism, but I think that was just looking into it because they explained later like why they were dressed that way. Like one of them's shoes hurt, so he just took his shoes off. That's Paul, and they were like just trying to get the picture taken, but they couldn't because cars kept coming on Abbey Road, so they had to have somebody get on a ladder and just wave their arms to stop. Let me go find the Glass Onion lyrics.
That's crazy. But Paul's not dead.
Stupid.
But Paul.
They're gonna let you get the chance.
Stupid.
He says, "I told you about the Wallace and me, man. Where's it at?" Oh no, it went away. I had it pulled up. It's a weird song too. Told you about strawberry fields, the place where nothing is real. Here's another place you can go where everything flows. Blah blah blah. I told you about the walrus and me, man. You know where we're as close as can be, man. Well, here's another clue for you all. The walrus was Paul. Really weird.
That's crazy. Well, he's alive, so whatever.
The real Paul is alive, yeah.
You mean the real Paul?
The original Paul that supposedly died is not the real Paul. I would argue because, like I said, he died in like 62 or 63, which is like the year of their first album. Supposedly he was right-handed as well, and like the Paul that we have now is left-handed. So it's like,
Okay, if he died so early on, then what would be the point of like keeping him alive?
what do you mean?
Like no, like the Beatles weren't like huge yet, so it wasn't like anything but Paul.
Well, 63 is when they
You
went
know,
on.
it's just like another band. It's
They
like,
went
yeah, I don't
on
care
the
if this guy's
show.
dead.
They went on the shows and took off like
Ed
months after.
Sullivan show.
Yeah.
Wait, who is the drummer? The original drummer?
Oh,
It's like
the
Pete
original.
something, right?
Why was he?
No,
why
you're,
did he,
you're thinking of the guy that played piano later. I'm gonna say Pete Rose. That's not right.
like the original drummer that
Pete
Ringo?
Rose.
Ringo took
Billy
over
is who I was thinking of. Actually, he's the fifth Beatle. They always say he plays
Mhm.
piano on the last two albums. But the original drummer is Pete something. I saw a picture of
God, that
him.
guy missed out, huh? No, it's Pete Best. I'm right.
Pete Best.
Yep.
That's right. He
Why was he?
looked
Why?
a lot better than Ringo.
Why'd he
in the
get a
early years.
sub?
If they were trying to look for
Let
a
me
cute
see.
guy to play drums, I would have
He's
picked.
this ugly guy.
I would have picked
Sorry,
Pete
Pete.
Best.
Sorry, Pete.
Don't take it. To
If
heart.
you're watching, Pete, sorry.
Why? Why?
Why do you not do it?
Yeah, did they kick him out or did he leave?
I don't
Kicked
know,
him
it's weird.
out.
For what?
I don't know what he did. I just
No, he left the group in '62, started his own band, the Pete Best Four, and he would later join many other bands over the years. He is one of the several people who have been referred to as the fifth Beatle. What
a
an
joke!
idiot.
What a joke! Could have been a part of the greatest four human
Said,
artists.
you
that
guys
ever lived."
suck. Doing my own thing.
I know. He just wanted to have a band with his name
God,
in it, dude.
That's bad.
It's
luck.
like, hey,
That's
what about the Beatles?
Bad luck.
What about the Beatles? He's like, nah, I kind of want my name in it. Let me go start Pete and the Four Voyagers or something. Like, no, it's just gonna be the Beatles.
So if you're ever having a bad day, just thank God you're not Pete Best.
yeah,
It's a good point.
screw Pete. We got Ringo instead.
What would
We're
you
cool
do,
with
Matt?
that.
You're a drummer for a band. You join these three guys. You're like, no, what? I can do this on my own. I want Matt
Fuck
Strauss.
these guys.
Matt Strauss in the
better
business.
than them.
I'm gonna go start Matt Strauss in the business down the street with Jimmy Struthers, and We're gonna have a whole little gig going in the garage, and then meanwhile they go on the Ed Sullivan Show, blow up, play all these stadiums sold
Next
out.
thing you know,
Nobody's done arena
Hard
bands
Knock Live
before.
gets out, or Hard Day's Night gets out, and
Hard
then
Knock Live.
It's a hard knock.
That's Jay Z, my friend. That's not.
that's actually Annie, and then Jay-Z took it. But
Right.
Will you quit?
Who's doing that?
You!
It's not me.
Anyways, they dropped the song, they're playing, and then he's watching them on TV, and he's just picking his belly button.
I'd
eating
like to cut
popcorn.
in here real quick. I'd like to cut in real quick and say it's not Annie or Jay
Stop.
Z. It's actually Dr. Evil from
From
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers.
You know when they're in prison, he's got Mini Me with him.
Yeah.
It's a hard knock. Life.
Dude, I love those movies. They're so funny.
I know Chevy Boy loves him.
Shout out to Chummy Boy.
The best scenes in the
Oh,
Austin
Chummy
Power
Boy.
movies. I love when they're like behind the tent or something. You can just see the silhouette. You can see the silhouette and they're pulling stuff out of like somebody's butt, like in the silhouette, but it's really not them. Dude.
Oh,
Somebody's
yeah.
being born.
Actually good.
Those are the best.
That was Austin Powers and The Spy Who Shagged Me. Is that one?
I think it's on a few of them. They refer to it. In a few.
Spy Who Shagged Me is the one where
Yeah, baby.
the two girl, the guy. Yeah, baby.
What's
Damn it.
happening?
It's
I'm
you.
not doing shit.
Matt's never been around electronics before.
Sorry guys, I live in Mud Hut. I've never seen these toys before.
I think that's
Yeah.
offensive.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
I don't think you're allowed to say that in Mud Hut.
Why?
Sorry, guys. I live in a mud hut.
No, whoever's like not watching us, it's like, what the fuck's going on? This guy's fucking stupid.
They can't hear it. That doesn't get in the sound. I think
How many
that's
viewers
the
we got,
headphone.
man? How many viewers we got up there?
24.
It's pretty good.
Not mine.
24.
You know, it's funnier than 24.
25. It feels bad, dude. That guy died. He created SpongeBob.
21.
That's pretty sad.
What's his name? Steven Hillenberg.
Steven Hillenberg. Who else died?
Who else died?
Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel
why can't I think of his name? Stanley.
Stanley
That
what?
was close.
Kubrick. JK.
Stanley.
Stanley Hudson.
Stan Lee.
What?
His name is
God,
Stan
is that-
Lee.
he said, "Oh, it's Stanley." I know this one.
I knew it was
just give me a
Stan
minute.
Lee. I thought you were pulling some Mandela bullshit on me or something.
Right. Mac M. Rest in peace, Mac.
Yeah, turn my beat up a little bit. Oh, it's gonna get louder.
It's gonna get louder.
Dude,
Okay,
rest in
then.
peace to Mac Miller. That's just facts. What a moron for
There's a
doing
lot
those
of
drugs.
Oh, you know who else passed away this year was your boy Ben.
Why can't I think of this?
You know who I'm talking about.
I don't.
The scientist slash philosopher slash smartest human being to ever live.
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen
Yes.
Hawking.
Was that this year or last
It
year?
was
That was last year, right?
I think it was this year, man.
Let's look
Mandela
up.
effect going on.
It's not a Mandela effect.
He was supposed to die like years ago,
Yeah.
Jeez.
and he lived to be 70 something. Yeah, when he had the condition, he only had like a few years to live or something, or a few months, and he ended up living.
Where were you guys when Michael Jackson died?
How
Was
long
it
ago was that? Like 2000
6 to 8 to 10, somewhere in there? I don't know.
somewhere. You just forget about it.
Yeah.
All you know is that he died.
I came home from school and my parents were watching TV. And I
Dude, it was a
"What's going
sad
on?"
day when he died.
She said, "Michael Jackson?" I said,
2009.
No way.
I feel like it was longer than that, but dude, I love Michael Jackson.
I love little Michael.
You think he's a child rapist or something?
No. Blanket. I love that South Park episode though. Blanket. He's hanging him out the window. He just wants to show his world his baby. Blanket.
Stop.
I love Michael. Love little Michael. Dude was a genius.
Dude, I'm ready for the Chiefs game. That's just facts.
I am too. Look at this beautiful human. Look at that man. It looks like he has a beer gut and it makes me laugh. It's a rib.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
rib protector. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he has a gut whenever he's playing football.
Cracks
Like,
me up. He
he's
comes
not
out
big
there like ready
that.
to go, like beer gut and all. Straight out of college. Like, all right, let's get going.
He played for Texas.
All right, guys, we gotta. Coach Reed says the. That shit cracks me up.
Crack open a cold one and go long.
We're gonna dominate today, boys. Coach Reed, he's like a father to me. He takes care of me. He tells me what to do. We're gonna go out there and we're gonna dominate today, and that's all there is.
It sounds like Kermit the Frog.
T. Kelsey is like a big brother to me. Me and Tyreek, we're good buds. We hang out in the locker room.
I can't believe.
Dude, did Bob Ross die?
Yeah, Bob Ross
Like
died.
recently?
No, I don't know. I think it was a while ago. Why?
I don't know.
Why'd you even
Because
think of that?
I was
Rest
just
in
looking
peace to Bobby Ross.
and people that
Just
died
happy
this
little
year.
mistakes.
I did 1995.
Yeah, I was to say.
I feel like that was a more recent thing.
1995.
He's picking up right now because of
Like
Netflix.
last week.
I used to watch him to fall asleep on Netflix because his voice is so soothing.
Isn't that crazy?
He
That
reminds me
afro
of
is just
Richard
rocking,
Simmons. Him and Richard Simmons are almost the same type of people.
dude. What a look at that. Just look at him.
I always bought Corey Briggs
Would you look at that?
a Bob Ross t-shirt. He's a big Bob Ross guy. Just happy little mistakes.
We're gonna put a little leaves on this tree. Little happy little leaves.
Happy little leaves.
Hell no.
That dude was at peace with the earth.
the hell is that?
It's a boy.
Oh,
His hair has
what?
evolved throughout the years. Season 29. Season 29. Wow.
If you needed 29 seasons of a man painting landscapes, here you go. You got 29 seasons
It's a
of
happy
Bob
little
Ross.
man painting his happy little landscapes.
Are you serious? That's how many seasons?
Oh God, the
Dude,
sweater guy.
I want this.
Sweater
Mr.
guy.
Rogers. Did he die this year?
I don't know. He
Bob,
touched little
a
boys.
Bob Ross chia pet. Dude,
Mr.
that's
Rogers
awesome.
died about a year or two ago, I thought.
Could be.
Mr. Rogers.
I'm just thinking, dude, if you were in a room with Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers, just be like,
Terrified.
I feel what?
everything's right with the world, dude.
Mr. Rogers.
He's so like,
That dude, Mr. Rogers, man, he's apparently said there was some little girl that wrote the show and she was blind, but she listened to Mr. Rogers every day. And he would always feed the fish and she wanted to make sure he was feeding the fish because he would walk over and feed them, but he wouldn't ever say aloud that he was feeding
I'm feeding the fish now.
Yeah, so he would do it after she wrote him that letter. He would walk over and say, "I'm feeding the fish now. I'm feeding the fish for all those boys and girls at home." And he'd, say it
Yeah.
aloud so that she knew he was feeding the fish because she was worried he wasn't.
This poor little fishy.
He died
couldn't see.
2003.
Damn,
Yeah, I was
dude.
gonna say it was a while ago.
Not on my game. Fred Rogers.
Yeah. How do you not know when these people died? Come on now.
Arnold Palmer died.
This
2
is
years
this is
ago,
his spouse, guys.
I think.
Jesus.
Yikes! Sorry,
Shiesta.
I didn't mean to say that out loud.
No, we're all like, don't roast Mr. Rogers. Don't roast him.
I'm so close.
That's why my hood's still up.
I'm not gonna roast. Because it's rude.
Just beautiful lady.
Best barbecue in Kansas City. Go.
Q39.
That's
I've
good.
not
You
had
can
Q39.
say that. You can. You said you haven't been there.
Really? Where do you
we're
go?
going to Q39.
Where do you go?
Jack Stack's really good.
Jack Stack's good. I have Jack Stack today.
Really good, actually.
I'm having Jack Stack today. It's real good.
Jack Stack.
If you haven't been to the Freight
This-
House Jack
this-
Stack
this one
downtown,
in
that's the one you
Lee
gotta go
Summit.
to.
Oh, the one downtown behind Union Station or
Yeah.
something?
Freight House.
one's
No,
really
it's not by
nice.
Union Station. It's on the other side. But Freight House is like a big barn.
Zarda's.
Awesome. There's like brick road
No.
there.
Alex Smith and Andy Reid eat there. Or
Zarda's.
Alex Smith used to, at least.
They give big drinks, and that's about all I like about Zarda.
That's
don't
what
like-
he goes there for.
I don't
Not
like
as big as
barbecue,
Arthur
big
Bryant's,
drinks.
though. I think
I'm feeling
my
a
favorite
damn
is Gates
82-ounce
because
drink.
Gates is my go-to on 40 Highway. It's right next to my house, so I go to Gates a lot. But I also like Arthur Bryant's. So
So I'm not really a barbecue guy, but Q39 is really good.
Q39 is really good.
It's like the first watch of barbecue because it's so cool to go in. You just feel cool. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You
Is
go
that
to
why everyone
first-
goes
you
to
go to
first
first
watch?
watch and you think you're like some sort of god.
Is
in
that why
the
everybody in
bones.
there has AirPods in? And
Yeah,
Dude, that's
Won't
so
let
true.
you-
That is like the haven for AirPods.
literally,
Like,
it's just first
yeah,
watch.
we're going to first watch so I can.
all the women in the morning around
Every-
the Gymshark
every
lady has
dad-
listen to my
AirPods in.
favorite
They're like, oh,
podcast.
excuse me. I
Every
gotta get in
every
the
dad
door."
walks in, he's got the damn vest, the coat vest.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking
Bald
about.
head or
God,
the gray
stop
slick back
it.
hair with beards.
Stop it.
If they don't have
Stop.
AirPods, they're either like really old and have one of those Bluetooth things that look like they're important. Nobody ever uses those things. It drives me nuts. Oh, I gotta take this. No, you don't. You're at the grocery store shopping for carrots. You don't need
It's
that.
one of those things. You go to first watch, you feel like some sort of superior being, and if you go to Whole Foods, you feel even better about yourself.
It's
because
like
you're buying whole wheat cheese or something. And you think you're
Wheat cheese.
I bought one of those-
Wheat in its cheese.
I bought one of those kits because I was at school. I was really hungry. I just wanted a snack to eat real quick. It was like a $7 snack, and I bought one of them things, $7, and it came with like 3 whole wheat crackers that were about this big, 3 slices of cheese, and like 3 pepperonis.
Yeah, but
$7.
Didn't you feel like a god eating those?
Dude, I felt like the guy that
Exactly.
skips every other step on the way up the stairs.
like they
man.
have
I'm
no
on top of
name
the
brand.
world.
They have no name brand cereal in Whole Foods, and it's just like Frost Flakes or like flaky Frost and these disgusting
Flaky frost.
whole grain, disgusting sugar-free cereal that make you shit yourself the next morning. It's disgusting.
No starch. Raisin Bran at least sprinkles some raisins in there for you, so you can. I mean, you're getting your fiber, but you ain't getting any
In Whole
starch,
Foods,
man.
they have like
Dude, you know what's,
sampled
you know what's
cheese.
bad? It's bad when like the cereal is like Raisin Bran, like okay, so you have like Lucky Charms, like marshmallows, like hell yeah, I
Yeah.
got some fucking marshmallows,
Yeah.
like that's the prize, right?
Right.
Raisin Bran is like raisins.
We'll
Like,
give you some raisins now.
we'll
They
give
eat
you-
your cornflakes.
you
It tastes like
you
concrete.
this, yeah, you eat this fucking flaked off concrete. Yeah, we'll give you some raisins just to spice it up a little bit so you have some fun. Like it's fucking
Coach Reed
raisins,
tells me to eat
man.
my Raisin
Jesus.
Bran. I listen to
I
Coach
don't-
Reed. He tells me to eat my Raisin Bran before the game. I'm gonna go game today. I'm hitting 300 yards. We're gonna dominate. Come on, boys.
I don't want raisins with my damn milk. Get that shit out of my bowl. But yeah, it's a good chaser for the dirty ass flakes that they put in there. Yeah, it's like dried scalp, and they just put it in there.
Dried scalp.
Those Apple Jacks I had earlier hit the spot.
Really? I love
Yeah.
Apple Jacks.
And you also use like freaking 18% milk or something, dude. That was
whole
amazing.
milk, whole milk,
Yeah.
Whole milk.
whole, not
It's the
2%
best.
bullshit.
Yeah, my mom loves me, so she raised me on that. And you go over to Josh's
No, you have
house.
vitamin D milk. Get out of here with your
That's
little
it. That's whole
calcium
milk.
boys.
Josh has no idea what milk he's putting inside his body.
I had 2% for the first 10 years of my life. My mom was
because
like,
you think you're
you
fat.
know what? We need to cut down. Let's do 1%. No, we'll be on skim pretty soon. I'm like, dude,
That's
come on. I
basically
need my
colored water.
nutrients.
Yeah.
Take water and just drop a little drop of milk. That's it. That's disgusting. Skim milk, almond milk.
Whole milk
I know,
hits my
I know
tongue.
Chummy Boy up there. I know he drinks like -3%. He like adds water to it.
No, you got to put half and half in your cereal these days, dude. Mix in some Nesquik with it. Chocolate half and half.
Dude, That sounds so good.
Yeah.
No, the only chocolate milk I'll drink is the Chateau milk. That's it. In the glass.
Oh,
that-
sorry, Mr. AirPod Boy over here.
Yeah,
skips every
no
other step
shit.
on the
Dude, I
list.
shop
got
at
it.
Whole-
I take
I
my
shop
glass
at
He's
back
got
to
an
the
extra
store.
$150
I
to drop
shop-
on a half gallon of
I
milk.
Oh
I
no, I get my
shop-
money back. I recycle the glass when I'm done. I bring it back for my quarter at the store.
You are now permanently Patrick Mahomes. We were talking about milk. Yeah, no, you take the glass back.
That's his only voice that his only alter ego.
These are the guys we want today. We want these guys. We need this game. Get us a home field advantage.
I go get my
I'm gonna go out
Chateau
there. I'm gonna
milk.
dominate for Andy
I go to
Reid.
First Watch every morning, and then I go shop at Whole Foods later at like noon, and eat lunch there, and get my raisins and my
With your Gymshark on.
with my Gymshark on, in my vest, and my AirPods in,
Your whole wheat
Jesus.
vest.
and my
your
Ray
whole wheat
Bans,
clothing.
my Ray Bans on. I don't know. I
In
went
your
to Whole
all-electric
Foods
car.
the
In
other
your
day
all-electric car.
in
might
my
I add.
all-electric car.
Skateboard.
Jesus.
Dude, I love Whole Foods.
Lord
it just
help
makes you
him.
feel good. Like, I went there.
Which
with-
one do
with
you go
Jillian.
to? The
I
one
went there
like
on
UMK
UMKC.
Jeez, dude, come on.
That's what makes UMKC even better because it's got a Whole Foods.
Yeah, it's a small little walk right across from Crow's
literally
Coffee. Shout
right
out
next
Crow's
to it.
Coffee.
It's literally right next.
Get the sponsor, Crow's
Walk right
Coffee,
off.
if you're out there. Love
It's
that
right
place.
there,
Kinlan, right next to
Kinlan's
Kinlan.
right
oh
across.
man, love me some Kinlan.
dude. That's
Pizza
it.
51's on that corner.
That's it. Game over.
That's
Dude,
the place.
I'm not going
Hey,
anywhere except
could-
for UMKC. What
Furfro, can we go to the peanut? Mom?
Peanut's nice.
the hell's the peanut?
It's not a nice place. Don't get me wrong. You walk in, you're like, dude, somebody died here today.
It's
But-
as Papa Strauss would
There's
say, it's a
people
greasy
with-
spoon type of joint.
People are taking pisses in the corner. Hell no.
but it's the best wings in KC.
No, don't look.
Best wings in KC.
Oh, I gotta go take a whiz.
a peanut right off of
Walk over-
Boulevard,
walk into the corner right across from the table.
right off of Broadway Boulevard.
I do the bathrooms over there. No, I'm just gonna take it right here. I gotta take a shit too.
Dude, any place the peanut. They couldn't get more creative than that. Oh, this is
Where
the
is
peanut.
this? Where's the
It's
peanut?
right off of Broadway and 9th Street. Broadway
What is
9th,
it?
I
Like,
think.
what is it?
It's like almost like a bar, but not. If you walk in, they're supposed they preach they're the best wings in KC, and they're not lying. Probably the best wings in KC. That's because how many wing joints can you name in KC? Like 4, but still,
Wing
You
the
could
best
name
ones here.
4 wing joints.
4.
No,
I don't know how many
Not that are like known for their wings, obviously.
I would say
places that sell wings a lot more, but
Yeah.
places that are
That's what I'm getting at.
definitely only selling wings, like that's the most popular thing.
Also, that's the best Jimmy John's on that opposite adjacent corner from the peanut. best Jimmy John's in the whole city right there. I don't know why, but it tastes better there. It's always really busy.
I've never
too.
been to Jimmy John's.
It's like 90% bread. It's not a quality service.
This
I
dude's
hate
never
it.
been to Jimmy John's or seen Star Wars. I don't know if he's.
What
been
do
on
you
this
go to
planet for 1
Subway
year.
or what?
Oh, dude,
Or do you
Subway,
just not
hell
have
yeah.
Subway sandwiches?
No, Subway's way better than.
Everybody's
Jimmy
like they're
John's.
taking the $5
Oh, you know
footlong
what's
away,
even
like
better
it
than
wasn't
Subway?
$7 this whole time.
Even better than Subway is fucking damn it, Jersey Mike's. That place is.
What is that?
delicious. It's like a subs shop. I don't
Where's
know.
that at? The hell?
You never heard of Jersey Mike's? I think there's one in Blue Springs, right? I know. We got.
He said right, like oh yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I always
right.
You
said
act
no,
like
no.
I live here. I do not live here.
No, I don't. I don't remember the last time I had a sub
Not
sandwich.
familiar. You know what
Oh,
I
good
just realized?
sense.
Yeah, because they don't sell those. You can't buy that much bread at Whole Foods. Cost you an arm and a leg over there.
Ben likes to give his guests the off-brand Tascam headphones. This dude's over here wearing Sony's. What's going on here?
I'm getting a deja vu
Oh.
moment right now. That's so weird. Like I feel like we've already had this conversation. That's so weird. Anyways,
Mandela.
Mandela?
It's
No,
man-
that's actually called deja vu.
The mandolin
Wow.
effect.
The mandolin.
The
Let's talk about
the
Town Topic.
Mandarin orange effect.
That's the
Town
best
Topic.
place.
Good night, nurse.
Have you ever had breakfast at Town
Good
Topic?
luck going there though, because the line is usually out the door, and the
Yeah,
place
that's
is
'cause
literally
only-
the
Best
size
time
of
to
a
go
tool
is
shed.
The line is
3
only out.
a.m..
The line is only out the door because you can only fit 4 people in there. 3 of them are
If you
eating.
go
So there's
at
one
3
person
a.m..
ordering, and then the rest of the line's out the door.
There's like
Or in the
there's like
bathroom.
10 seats in there. There's like 10
Literally.
seats in there. It's the size of the small garage.
It says capacity 15. I
It's
think.
probably the size of this treehouse.
No joke.
yeah,
No joke.
literally.
Including the
and the
grills and
grill's
everything.
right across,
Yeah.
like right over the bar. Like
But-
you get to see them slap that meat on the damn grill.
But their Coke tastes fantastic because it has more corn syrup in it. And
It's probably not
the
good, but
breakfast
whatever.
is amazing. And if you go at 3 a.m, the only thing you have to deal with is maybe 1 or 2 hobos that just ask you for some food. And you buy them some fries, you're good to go. You don't have
I
to deal
remember
with
one
the rest of
time
the
I
line.
went there at like 1 a.m. or like 2 a.m. and there was just a bunch of drunk,
There's
crazy people just in there, like starting to
That's
fight
'cause
and shit.
it's not very expensive, and that's why I mean, if you're gonna get a meal down there somewhere, that's a good place to go because they give you a lot of food for what you get. So a lot of hobos.
And there
end
are
up walking in
2,
there.
which is good, but I don't know where the second one is. I only go to the one that's
On
on the
Broadway.
crossroads. Yeah,
They're both right next to each other, just a block over. One of them's open 24 hours. The other one closes during the day.
so cool. I love those burgers.
Yeah, it's good. It's not the best.
You ever
burger
had
KC.
In-N-Out
Yes, I've had In-N-Out.
One time.
one time?
I would love to have this conversation with you.
In-N-Out or okay, so West Coast has In-N-Out
Mhm.
and East Coast has Shake Shack. So what do you
Never had
taking?
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack's on the plaza now. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's on the plaza now.
Never had.
I was
Really?
really wanting to try it. I'm glad I did.
It's really good.
Also, they have cool hats. I want
What
one of
about
those hats so bad.
Whataburger versus In-N-Out?
I've never had Whataburger, but I need to. That's the only
Where's
one I
that at?
haven't seen or
South.
had. I don't know. You can go to
Really?
Arkansas. It's the
Arkansas is the
closest,
closest one. Yeah.
so we can go whenever you
Yikes.
want.
Yeah, it's only like 4 hours one way. You
So
know?
we
Oh yeah, well 4 hours. Yeah. No problem.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
4
we'll
hours.
just catch it after this real fast.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I choose.
Well, obviously In-N-Out because
In-
you haven't had Whataburger.
That's
No,
insane.
between Shake Shack and In-N-Out because we're talking about East Coast, West
In
Coast burgers.
and out
Shake Shack
every day of the week.
is really good though.
Everybody argues with me.
I
on it,
might
too.
go Whataburger, dude. But
Everybody
guys are
says
not in on
Whataburger is
that
like the second or
conversation.
first, and I haven't had
Yeah,
it. It's
no,
the
I've
only
never had
big
it.
burger joint I haven't
quality.
had. Steak Shack's or Steak and Shake is also up there, but it's just we have the 40 highway.
The
Steak
40
and Shake.
highway one where literally the waiters got missing teeth and like literally smoking a pipe right in
It's
front of
Shout
you.
out
literally,
to
it's
the
literally a
manager, Cheeto.
drive-through.
So what do you
and-
want?
Shout out to the manager
Smoking,
Cheeto, my boy.
she's lighting up her, letting her damn pipe.
Yeah, don't go
PCP.
through the drive-through. You'll have to bring extra snacks to eat there the next 3 days.
The drive-through
Yeah.
will literally take you an hour.
I know.
And you'll be the only
I
car in
know.
line.
After school, I used to go like, dude, I kind of want some Shake Shack. Shake Shack. I kind of want some Steak and Shake fries because they're like they're
They're the
good,
best fries.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, they're
just so-
great.
They're,
They're
just amazing.
amazing.
So I go and then literally I just order fries and the large sweet tea and it takes them like 30 minutes.
Yep.
So I'm sitting there like, so about those fries. No,
Because
oh yeah, I forgot to get
If
that.
you're
for you.
going through the drive-through at Steak and Shake, you got to bring a lunch with you. That's how that works.
Yeah, or
won't
bring
make it.
I don't know.
Tommy Boy
damn
disagrees with
magazine.
us. He says In-N-Out was way better.
In-N-Out is amazing.
Way better than
We're
what?
not saying it's bad,
No,
Way
but it's
better.
amazing.
If you
It's
get
that
it
good.
animal style, game over.
but
That's it.
I don't know. Animal style.
Yeah, you
So-
ask animal style, they get that shit dirty. Like
Dirty.
they give
It's like
you
when you order
dirty.
swimming at or wet at B-Dubs.
Literally, they scoop like the grease at the bottom, just put extra
Yeah.
sauce. You know what I'm saying? Put their secret
So you're
sauce.
like an experienced.
So then they
animator.
give it to you, and then you're like, literally starts oozing pubic hair. All that shit's in
My
there.
favorite burger in KC
Wow.
is the flea market burger. If you have not had the flea market burger, they also
Flea market.
they
burger
also
with
claim to have the best
with
burger
toenails
in KC,
and shit
I
in
have
there?
to agree with them. The flea market.
flea
burger is
market.
the
What
way.
do you mean?
It's
Flea
right
market.
in Westport. I would say Westport Road and almost Roanoke. It's
Flea
really
market.
good.
So it's a burger inside of a flea market. Is what you're telling me?
It's not really a flea market. They just call it flea market. I think there's one near there, but I just eat there. And they have curly fries. And you go up to to order. You order your drinks and everything. And you walk up to the burger joint. And you say, "Hey, dude, can I get like a double with like cheese?" And the chef's sitting there cooking. Yeah, I got you, man. And they're like, "This is the best burger in KC." And I was like, "We'll see about that." And then I sat down and eat it. I said, "This is indeed the best burger in KC."
I don't know. I kind of like Town Topic, but whatever.
Town Topic is amazing, but the only people that tell me that Town
But their
Topic
burgers
is the
are this
best are the ones
thick.
that have only
You
eaten
gotta
flea
get
market
7 of 'em on
once,
that-
Steak
on that-
burgers.
on that
or
burger.
they
Like
just eat
this,
Town
yeah.
Topic every single day of the week. Everybody eats Town Topic.
I haven't
every
been there
single
so
day of the
long.
week.
I can't remember what the fries were like because fries are just.
Now that I've been to
Everything,
Town
know what I'm
Topic and
saying?
like I don't know that I'm like the first one to experience or whatever, but I took a couple buddies there with me, and their buddies told their buddies about Town Topic, and now all I hear is, "Oh, Town Topic's the best in KC." It's just the most popular.
It's just hip because it's been around
And
for
it's-
so
it's
long.
cool
not,
joint.
not,
It's
that
a
doesn't
cool
make it a
joint, man.
bad burger.
Yeah,
it's
it's
just probably
amazing.
not number one.
It's
burger.
probably not the number one. It's
Still love
really
it.
good. It's easy. It's in a good area, so you don't have to
But
go
when you're
anywhere
eating
funky.
at the bar, you're shoulder to shoulder with Frank, who works at FedEx, who
With
just
his
stopped by. Literally
friggin'
just sitting like this, shoulder to shoulder.
he's sweating from walking all day, and the other guy in you's got friggin' AirPods in. He's Ben Beza, who just got his hair cut down at Hudson Hawk.
Down at Hudson Hawk. Yeah, Hudson Hawk sponsor me,
Shout out Hudson Hawk.
please. I love my barber now way more now that we talked about things because
Yeah,
when
he's
you
the
go
best.
there, you think everyone's a goddamn SJW because they got colored hair, dreads.
He looks like an SJW. Carries a gun.
It's in disguise.
He is in disguise. He literally just pulled out his gun. Oh, I saw someone just walking into Hy-Vee with their gun right out.
They do that. You don't have to ask
Literally,
anything.
I was like, you supposed to do that?
People
Like,
tell
literally
on him
just
as
like this.
well. At Best Buy, people would tell on him when they came in the door, and they like usually the guy would show up and be like,
Because
"Hey,
you're
got my
not,
gun."
you're
Like,
not
"I'm
allowed to
carrying."
open carry here in
You can
Missouri, are
open
you?
carry.
Really?
So yeah, it's like a constitutional.
You could even
right,
go.
right?
You can go into stores, and it's not
Some
even up to
places
the
you
store.
can't. Some places you can't open
Yeah,
carry.
if it's
though.
not like posted on the front door,
Exactly.
then you can walk in with like a 12 gauge.
So
I'm pretty sure.
People walk
I'm not-
into
I
Best
don't
Buy
know
with
if
guns on their
it's
hip
real.
and won't say anything a lot of the
Check
times.
that
And
out.
people, other customers, are like, "This guy's got a gun." And they're like telling APs, like, "I can't do anything about it.
Yeah,
It's legal."
Go take it.
Yeah, like what do you want me to
Yeah,
do?
go ahead. Tell 'em.
Shoot him.
Yeah, tell them to take it off. Tell 'em.
That's like when people park on the handicap spot in front of like stores, and then they go and tell a store. It's like everybody's like, "Oh, it's your store." But they can't. Like, what do
Hey,
you?
tell-
Write them a ticket.
Yeah,
real
tell
quick.
Johnny
Like,
to pull out the tow truck. We'll get him out of here. Like,
Right,
What are we
right,
gonna do?
how that
Like,
works.
we're Best Buy. Like,
That's
what do
how
you
it works.
what do you want to do?
We have had people that come in with dogs as well. They usually
Can't you-
complain.
Can't you just take grandma's old handicap sign, print it out, laminate it, and stick that?
Absolutely.
Because that's what I did for my parking pass at school.
Oh yeah, you got caught though.
I did not get caught yet.
Oh, I heard you did.
Now you are.
I'm not paying $30
Shout out
for not.
Rhonda Scott.
I'm not paying $30 for a spot that's not even mine. Like when you bought a pass for $30, you got a secured spot wherever it was, and it was first come first serve. Or actually, it was seniors are first. I had first dibs, and this year they changed it. So now, like buying a pass, it's like if you're not here, you get to park all the way in the back. And I was like, hell no, I want my damn
They-
spot.
Hell no.
I want my
Hell
damn
no.
spot. So then I took Logan's and I printed it out, and I have a laminator, and I laminated and put it on there.
Yeah.
They think it's legit.
That's stealing.
Bullshit.
Theft.
Bullshit. What do you mean theft?
I'm calling the
I'm
police.
$30
on stream now. I'm calling the police.
I'm 30. I have $30 saved. Thank you. I'm a genius. I know this.
To be fair, it's like at UMKC, I had to pay for my parking pass. I'm like, dude, I've already paid tuition. I've already paid for all my books. My parking pass is $300. No exaggeration. $300 parking pass for the year.
$300.
That's right.
What about yours?
I don't have one.
A lot of people take like the Sly Express down there and use the bird scooters.
So you have to pay $300 to park in the garage, like
That's
the
correct.
parking garage.
That's correct. And they catch you the day of, like the first day of the semester if you don't have one. There's a guy walking around clicking everybody's thing.
I just pay for parking.
I've gotten a ticket before and they give you like one freebie like the whole time you go to UMKC, I think, or one a semester or something like that. But they, I mean, they'll
Still
write you
worth
a
it because they have a
ticket.
Whole Foods. So End of story. MU doesn't have a Whole Foods, do they?
They probably do somewhere, but I don't know.
We probably have a Whole Foods somewhere.
Yeah, but not attached to UMKC.
You're right. Mizzou does not have a Whole Foods attached to UMKC. It's because we don't have a UMKC.
Dude, I understand what you're saying.
What?
He didn't,
No,
he wasn't following.
yeah, got it.
Isn't UMKC and MU like the same thing anyway? It's like
Yeah.
a
Yes.
branched off.
Yeah.
UMKC is like branched off of MU.
The
which
other
is here.
one is like Missouri.
St. Louis.
Yeah, but there's one more and it's odd. It starts. There's just a V in it somewhere. It's like Missouri something V. I'm like, what?
Virginia. Yeah.
No,
No,
Okay.
there's KC, St.
four.
Louis, Columbia, and then I think S&T is like a part of it too.
is it S&T? I don't
What's
know.
S&T?
They show
What
them
the
all
hell
on
is
S
Blackboard when
and
you log in.
T, Science and Technology in Raleigh.
Ooh. Anyways, UMKC is better. End of
Just
story. Because
strictly
it's on the
because
plaza,
they have a Whole Foods.
and
That's
it's
it.
right there
That's
next to the
only reason.
plaza. So. Exactly. End of story. We're done with this conversation.
Wow.
School in general is too expensive
Doogie,
and not worth it for most people,
that is actual facts.
which is why I'm still going and paying my tuition because I just kind of am stuck at this point, like every other human being that's halfway through college. It's like I should probably just keep going. I'm almost done. But unless you need a certification, there's no reason to go to college.
Unless you're going to be
Most people don't use their degrees unless
Most
you're like
people don't use
a
their degrees.
doctor or an engineer or going to law school.
And there are still some that don't use their degrees, which is insane to me because it's so expensive.
Facts.
So
getting
expensive.
a degree in like drawing. Okay, now what?
Underwater basket weaving.
I'm gonna go work at
Wine glass
a
painting.
Target
Whole
or
Foods.
something. Whole Foods. I'm working at Whole Foods. That's usually
That sounds pretty logical too. Someone who has an
degree.
art degree would be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go work at Whole Foods now." What?
work
of
my
my
way up, make
friends,
$10 an hour, and
a lot
then
of my
maybe
friends work
get
at, like,
$12 an hour. if
places
I
or
work for
bars
5
on the
years.
bars on the plaza or valet on the plaza is a big thing. They pay really well, and people do that like full time and make more than people that work at like grocery stores and whatnot. Like waiting tables, like Cheesecake Factory workers make pretty good money.
I believe it.
It's crazy.
Damn,
The tips, yeah.
you ever been to Melting Pot?
Isn't that closed Melting Pot? I think
Dude,
they closed
I
it.
hate that shit. Fondue. It's fucking.
I think they
gross.
closed the
I
Melting
shit you
Pot.
not. That's
It's
the
a romantic thing.
That's the nastiest shit.
It's a romantic
I
thing.
don't
They
care,
literally
dude.
they give you
I'm
bread.
hungry. You got fucking bread and cheese. That's all you fucking
No,
got.
no.
For
What's
$30
the meat?
fucking
What's the
dollars.
meat
No.
place, man? What's the meat place that come around? the
Fogo de
table?
Chao.
Fogo
That
de
place
Chao.
is Chow.
Fogo de
It's
Chao.
good, but it's like, bro, give me some more meat, bro. Like that's like not enough. They'll come over.
What do you mean?
Salt off.
What do you
I
literally
paid
say
fi-
more? It's not like a rationing
I
it
paid
off.
I
Nah,
paid
nah,
$50
nah,
Yeah,
I'll
you
be
paid
right back.
$50 for it. If you want more, you said put fucking more on there, and that's what they do. That's literally their
Nah,
job.
so, oh,
That's literally
I'll
their
be
job.
right back. We ran out of this stick. I'll be right back.
They give you a
And they come back and
sliver.
and they're like, "Here, you want some lamb? Okay, what about fried duck, underwater, freaking? I don't even know." But they just bring over the weird meat like 20 times. It's like, dude, just give me like the beef.
How about the wild boar? Give you a little sliver.
Literally,
that's like
it's
as
like,
thin
oh,
as
we got some white
black.
buffalo here. It's like, all right, well, I mean,
Kind of wanted the damn sirloin with the
That's
steak,
what I'm
but whatever.
saying, dude.
Screw off, please. It's
I know.
$50 a person there. Actually it might be a little more. I can't remember.
that sounds about right. I'm not
$50
sure.
a person at Melting Pot too. But at Melting Pot, it's not just cheese. First off, they give you bread, and then they give you a damn bucket of cheese.
What's your favorite on the plaza? What's your
For
favorite dinner restaurant?
$50.
And then they give you the meat: shrimp, steak, chicken, fish.
All meat. It's only meat.
I would rather eat McDonald's for a month than go to Melting Pot once.
You're actually insane.
They closed Melting Pot. I'm pretty sure that.
Thank
I think
God.
the health department shut it down.
Probably
Good.
because there's so many dirty people who go in there because it's a romantic thing. Apparently,
It's
feeding
disgusting.
fondue to someone makes you real
Is cheese an
horny.
aphrodisiac?
Apparently,
Is cheese an aphrodisiac?
Conspiracy theory: the moon's made of cheese.
Jesus Christ. Favorite place on the plaza?
Like the restaurant, favorite restaurant on the plaza. Which, by the way, the plaza is not the nicest restaurants in the city. It's just like some really good ones. But everybody's like, "Oh, the plaza is the place to be." If you're going for like the nicest $200 dinner, no, not the plaza.
It's just the easiest to like think of. Like,
I
oh, yeah,
like-
everything down there's expensive, so yeah, it's great.
Top 3. I can't remember the name of the sports bar. That would be my third. I've only been there one time, but it was amazing.
Yard House?
Tom
Not
Foolery's
Tom
just
Foolery.
closed
Did it really?
like yesterday or 2 days ago or something.
I didn't know that.
Yard House?
No, not Yard House. But
I like
Seasons
Yard
52 would be my number 2. And number 1's probably going to be McCormick and Schmidt.
That's what I was gonna say. Number one.
Mm,
Brio is really good.
I
Brio
thought
is
Brio
really
would be
good.
good until I went in there and my chicken was literally eggs. I'm pretty sure they made my chicken out of eggs. No joke. I was like, this is the most confusing thing I've
Brio
ever
is
seen in my
hella
life.
expensive too. It's like
The
I want
potatoes were
pasta. They give
disappointing.
me pasta.
And they didn't bring me bread at Brio. The name of Brio means bread in other languages, Latin and Italian. Brio means bread.
They
They
didn't give you
didn't
any
bring
bread?
bread to my table.
I think the bread's also just like not good bread either.
I don't know. Ruined my day. Ruined my whole week.
Texas Roadhouse has the best bread. That's just facts.
It's pretty good.
It's the butter that makes
Don't
it.
try their mac and cheese. You'd think they'd have good mac and cheese at a place like that. It's like Kraft. Literally, they make Kraft in the back room. I'm like, dude,
Velveeta, the ones you put in
Literally.
those cups.
with the powder. You open another box just because there isn't enough cheese.
Josh,
in
you're
the
telling
first
me you
powder
went to
packet.
Texas Roadhouse and got
Yeah,
mac
as
and
a
cheese?
side, as a side.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm
You're
thinking.
really gonna complain? No, you don't get that there.
I get a fat burger.
Texas Roadhouse, you got a
Excuse me.
burger?
Yes. What do you get?
I don't know.
A fucking steak.
The steakhouse.
Why don't
Texas
you?
Roadhouse.
It was Patrick Mahomes
Real
presenting
Texas
it.
Patrick-
steak.
here's
I'll
Patrick
take a
Mah-
burger.
Hold on.
Let me get a burger, please.
Can I have a burger with some mac and cheese and
What was your
that'll be
side? What was you getting the side on? Like, what did you get mac and cheese with?
Oh, like my other sides?
No.
no. What was your main course? Is what he's asking.
A steak. Probably the
steak.
porterhouse. It's like 24 ounces, but it's nice.
How do you like your steak?
Medium rare.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do medium well, but whatever.
Oh.
What do you do? Why are
Sorry.
you looking
I'd
at us
be-
like
I'd be
we're-
right.
He's
in the
wearing his
middle. I do-
AirPods and he's got his
Why do you-
medium well steak.
I get
Sorry.
medium well. I shop at Whole Foods.
I like mine to look at me in the eyes and moo at me while I'm eating it.
I go to First Watch every morning.
You still hear its
And
bell
lunch.
dinging. Ding, 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 ding.
He said, "I like my steak still looking at me." And
If it doesn't come out,
I like my
googly
steak with a
eyes on it,
pulse. I like my steak with a damn
I want to
pulse.
hear it moo.
First off, fuck fish.
Like literally, or
Like you won't eat fish.
Yeah,
why?
I just don't like it.
Ben, you had sushi for breakfast. I literally watched you.
It's a California roll, so that's technically not real sushi. It's just like the sushi that everyone can tolerate.
It's like fish that hasn't been cooked, which is sushi.
California roll is like crab meat and like some avocado.
If
and
I
a
had,
cucumber
if I went to
wrapped in
any
rice.
weird diet out of all the weird fad diets, the only one I would do is probably pescatarian, which is like you only eat fish and then other stuff, like no other red meat or white meat, just fish.
What do you think about carnivore diet? Just straight meat.
That's stupid. It's
Pretty
horrible
bad
for your
for you.
intestines and other things.
I mean, all meat Pearson does it. It says he cured his depression,
Right.
but he says he hates it.
Right.
He says it's the worst decision he's ever made because
Sounds pretty
because
depressing.
if
Yeah, he's probably gonna
if you
die.
eat something else other than meat, you're gonna like wake up the next morning dead, basically, because he's eating so much.
It's not good for you at all.
What about intermittent fasting?
Cholesterol and stuff. Intermittent fasting's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't even call it a fad diet because there's actual scientific evidence to back it up. I mean, there's more benefits than there are downfalls.
I think I do it automatically. I just don't eat breakfast.
I did for a while, but I just forgot to eat breakfast for a while and then realized I was doing it. You can't have coffee either. There's been studies done that it interrupts the fast if you have coffee, even if it's black coffee in between.
Coffee
See,
makes you
only
not
water.
hungry too.
Only water. But yeah, I was doing it by accident for a while, and I mean, I wouldn't say it works, just anecdotal for me. Like there's scientific evidence to back up that it actually works. You can gain muscle and lose fat. While
I
you're
saw a
intermittent
chick in
fasting.
the gym with an elevation mask on,
Yeah, that makes me laugh.
and she really thought she was like.
She was Bane. Darkness is our ally.
It just doesn't work.
I think I seen the bad Batman video with Bane.
No.
It's bad. It's bad. It's so fucking funny, dude. So funny.
I haven't.
Bane is one of the coolest characters ever.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy is so dope.
fantastic. Yeah.
He put on 30 pounds of muscle for that movie.
Yeah, man, it looked phenomenal.
Just a straight meathead.
He's probably doing
he
that
had to wear-
carnivore diet you're talking about.
He had to wear high heels too, because he was so short. Because
Is that real?
Christian Bale was like 6 foot in that.
Yeah,
in the
he
suit.
is. Tom Hardy is really tiny, isn't he?
Tom Hardy's like 5'9", so he's like my height.
My favorite Tom Hardy line from what It's the Leonardo DiCaprio movie that just came out. It's a big deal. He won his first Oscar for The Revenant. Tom Hardy is playing the bad guy, and about 3 or 4 times in the movie, he says, "I'm on, get your shit." Every time they're like moving camp, and nobody ever like notices, but I laugh so hard because he's like doing it on purpose. "Come on, get your shit." And then he just turns around. It makes me laugh, man.
You know who
Every
has the
time.
best like accent in movies?
Brad Pitt.
In Snatch.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same
End
thing.
of story. The pikey. Is
fight
that
you for it.
offensive? Pikey?
I think pikey is the correct term for. I mean, it's in between Scotland and Britain. I think
What is it
not
called?
Liverpool in between Scotland and.
Pikey. I think that's a bad.
I'm not sure, but that's what they say in the movie, and I'm not sure, but I don't think it is a bad term.
There's
You can look it
another
up.
one.
I have
There's
no
another
idea.
one that has to do with something in that area. I can't remember what it's called.
But I fight you for it. You like Dykes?
Yes,
You like Dykes?
that's the best movie ever. I love
Dykes.
that movie.
It's a fantastic movie. Boris is my favorite character.
Boris the Bullet Dodger. Fantastic movie. Brad Pitt's just super good, dude. I love watching Brad Pitt.
I like
Brad
it
Pitt
because
a
it reminds me of a Quentin Tarantino film, but it's not Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
That's why I like it so much. The music is the same way. The storyline, how it's goes back and forth. And
Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Johnny Depp. Who else?
what actors? Is that what your name?
Yeah.
Man.
Fuck, I'm lost.
I mean, Tom Hardy, I'd be up there.
Tom Hardy's
I
pretty
like
cool.
Leo's movies.
Oh, Leo. Oh, I forgot about Leo.
You got a first name basis with him.
Yeah. Me and him are like this. Can't think of any other actors. I'm
Dude,
kinda lost.
I was just talking about this too. Big Lebowski, what's his name? Jeff Bridges.
Oh.
If you hadn't seen
We're
Matt
back on
Strauss
movies
doesn't.
again.
Matt
This
Strauss
sucks.
doesn't like it.
El Royale, Bad Times at the El Royale was a good movie. It just got flown over. Everybody just breezed right through it. It was a good movie, man.
I have never even heard that.
My type of
No,
movie.
it just came out, and I wanted to see it. I never.
It was a really good movie.
What's it called?
Is it Tarantino?
Bad Times at El Royale. It's not Tarantino, but it
But
looks
it looks like it. Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It throw you off too because this trailer it makes you think one thing and it's not even close.
Dude,
when
it's
you watch the
7.2 on IMDb.
74%. Yeah, people like
And
this.
people just breezed over it like it wasn't a big deal. I want a poster for my room, man. It's an awesome movie. One guy's kind of like a Charles Manson type, which
Oh,
is
it's,
yeah,
what's his name?
yeah,
Thor.
exactly. Yeah, he's got his shirt off the entire movie. Ladies out there who want to go see it, but he's a Charles Manson type dude,
Who-
the cult leader, and then Jeff Bridges is like a fake.
Who's the director?
I don't know.
Uh,
Oh, it's the same guy that did Cabin in the Woods, which is really weird because that movie sucked.
Yeah, the movie's terrible.
But it's the same guy that-
Drew Goddard.
yeah, he did Cabin in the Woods, and then everybody was like, "Oh, this is really weird." And then he put out this, and they're like, "Oh, that's better."
Cabin in the Woods.
Because everybody thought Cabin in the Woods was gonna be great.
Oh,
he,
hey,
also
he did-
The Martian.
Yeah, he did
pretty
The Martian's
good.
Cloverfield.
fantastic.
Cloverfield's good.
World War
Cloverfield's
Z is really good. I like that movie too.
could have been better.
You haven't seen World War Z?
Could have
Pretty
been
good.
better.
It's probably my favorite zombie movie.
Really?
What other
that
zombie
made
movies
me
are
really
there?
well.
Really?
Zombieland.
I love
Zombieland.
Zombieland.
I love
terrible
Zombieland.
movie, but it's
Woody
that's-
Harrelson is married to his stepdaughter. Is that correct? He's the guy in Zombieland.
He's married. No shit.
Yeah.
He's married to his stepdaughter.
Yeah, that's right. Slash, I don't even know if it's his stepdaughter or his actual daughter. It might even be his actual daughter.
Probably not.
He's looking it up.
That's pretty.
I don't believe
illegal.
it.
Probably illegal.
Spouse, Lori Louie.
Or
Oh, Lori? Or Laura?
There you go.
Laura. Oh, she's Asian.
Why is that? What does that have to do
That
with
was
anything?
that was like more like groundbreaking than like this is his daughter. He's like she's Asian.
How's that? How,
Ben, you're
how can
Asian.
that- how can that be her? Exactly. That's why it's not a big deal. Why? How could that be your stepdaughter?
She looks older than him.
Like if it could be his
She does
wife's.
look older than him.
You know what I'm
that's true.
saying? Like, could have been his wife married somebody else before and had a kid, and that's who he's married to. Like his ex-wife. You see what I'm saying?
Stop.
Dead serious. I'm not even
Not
trying to
you.
Wife reacted to news of his force.
Explicative.
Is this true?
Oh, there it is, right there. Look at that. Woody Harrelson. Oh, there it is.
They live in a sustainable community in Maui. Okay. They have 3 daughters together. Okay. I don't know.
Go back. Look
This
at
is
the
not-
headline
this is
right
not
below
clear
that
enough.
one. Headline right below that one. Woody Harrelson explores Italy wife and daughter. Age bio.
Probably not true.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you.
Martian was really good.
The Martian was amazing. It was
But
based off a book, though.
Interstellar
That's
is
why
better.
it was a good story.
Interstellar's better.
Cloverfield was good too. Even the new
Cloverfield
Cloverfield.
was-
Oh, the new one. I've never watched.
I think it's on
I've never
Netflix
actually
still.
watched Cloverfield, but I saw the newer trailer for like
a
Cloverfield
paradox.
Lane or something.
Cloverfield Paradox. Oh, that's what I was talking about.
The one with the same guy from Big Lebowski.
It's
What's his
amazing.
name?
That one's really good. Yeah.
He plays not Buzz Lightyear. He plays Sully too. What's his
Yeah, he
name?
plays Sully. I don't know his name. It's just a big guy that's got that voice that
Oh, who
everyone
plays
knows.
Woody?
That's Tom Hanks.
Yep. Love Tom Hanks.
Really?
Yep.
I did
He does
not-
like
I
every
can't-
character in the Polar Express. I just realized that this year. I
Yeah.
thought he was just
Yeah,
a
he played-
conductor.
he played the
plays like
conductor.
everybody.
He played the crazy guy on top of the train.
hmm
I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
Martian, but Interstellar's better. That's just facts.
He's
whatever.
also the dad, and he's like Santa Claus in that movie as well. It's crazy.
I
He
believe
plays,
that
like,
too.
every
They all
character.
sound the same.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Oh yeah. Anyways, in World War Z, I'm gonna spoil it for you. But it's the same thing. Same thing with Bird Box. It's like the people who are crazy or like
Mhm. It's
don't
also the
get-
same as I Am Legend.
Yeah. So
It's like I've seen the movie about 20
World War
times.
Z is like people who have diseases or something, blindness, whatever, leukemia, AIDS. The zombies won't attack you because they already think you're infected because you have a disease and you're not normal.
Hmm.
Well, you're normal. It's just you have a disease. So basically, Brad Pitt sacrifices it to test it, shoots AIDS right in his veins, and the zombie won't kill him anymore. Dude, it's hot in here.
It is.
It is kind of hot. We were complaining how cold it was earlier. But El Royale, it's great. It's fantastic.
I haven't even heard of that movie, so that's funny that you
I
mentioned
would definitely recommend it. In the past 10, this is how much I like it. The past 10 years, the only movies I've seen that were better than that were Quentin Tarantino's and any of the Dark Knight series.
that. Dark Knight came out like 12 years ago.
Okay, well,
That's insane.
Dark Knight Rises, and what's the third one? Dark Knight Returns, something like that. I don't know.
No, Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises. Okay.
That's it. That's the end of the story. Best directors.
Oh, actually, I do like the trilogy of Planet of the Apes a lot.
Oh,
I really
who
like Planet of
plays the
Apes.
main? Franco, right?
He did in the first
Oh,
one.
he died.
He
didn't
did in the first one. Caesar is actually played by Andy Serkis, which is the guy that plays like Schmeagol and some other. He does like all like I forget what it's called when they put all the stuff on your face and you just do the facial
Oh
acting.
yeah,
But it looks so
that's what they
good.
do for everything now.
He honestly should have won an Oscar for that movie. The only reason he didn't is because they talked about that he wasn't technically acting because it wasn't his face, but it's his expressions because they, and they look so real in the third movie. His expressions are so detailed. It's ridiculous. Those movies are fantastic. But War for the Planet of the Apes was one of the best movies I've ever seen. Woody Harrelson's also in
The
that movie.
old ones, they had 2 hours to set their makeup up,
Mhm.
and like it'd take forever to take them down,
Mhm.
like take it all off because it's
The-
just layers of
The
clay.
development of like the technology we had from the first movie, which like if you go back and watch now is awful, but when it first came out, it was like that's pretty good. But if you watch now, it's like awful. The one with James Franco, and then you go to this third one, it's like fantastic. It's so good. A little hot there.
It's all the way hot in here,
It feels
Blanket.
fantastic.
dude. Wow.
Wow,
Blanket.
blanket. Oh, that's funny, dude. Because he put his child outside. Like he had the child in the blanket over the balcony.
Yeah, that's what
Are you
happened.
serious? What are you crazy? Put your kid over the.
I want to go to his like Disneyland like amusement park at his house.
Yeah, what's that called?
It's got a
Michael
funny
Jackson
name.
in Wonderland. I don't know.
Jackson Land. I don't know what it is.
It's got a weird name.
It does have a weird name.
What the hell did I spell like that?
Have an amusement park. Neverland Ranch.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson theme park, Neverland.
Let's go.
Dude, that looks awesome.
Buy tickets. Blanket.
There's a map key here. Look how many there are. Wow.
Is that blanket at the top on the top left? Might be. Might be. Looks like it. What's his other
Stop.
his other son's name is Prince and his daughter's name is Paris, I think.
Whatever happened to those kids?
Prince
They just
Paris
fell
and
off the
Blanket.
map.
No, they hid their faces for a long time, but now they're like not adults, but they're taken care of because they have so much money. He bought the royalties to all the Beatles music, so they are getting royalties for the Beatles music and Actually, no, they just sold the royalties to the Beatles music just recently. That's why they put them on Apple Music about 5 years ago.
Dude, they are
Some fun
set.
facts.
They are set.
Yeah, so they had for
Imagine
about,
that, dude.
they
You're
had like
born,
12
you
years
don't
of
have to
Beatles
work at all.
royalties.
You're just
and
chilling in a
Michael
mansion,
Jackson's.
bro. You got Alfred feeding you damn green tea.
Yep.
It's like Jesus.
me an
That's actually
Alfred.
pretty small. But whatever, it's in the backyard.
Dude,
How much
he
can
has
you
an amusement park in his backyard. It's good small. I don't know.
do?
Ferris was only 50
Could be bigger.
feet
Is that
tall.
only his house?
The
That's his
slide
house?
instead of the staircase in his house could have been better.
That's his house right there. I don't think so. That looks like
It's
a
probably like the garage.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Oh, the picture of the bottom right, but not the very bottom corner picture, the one to the left of it. That's his house. Oh, there's a picture right there.
That's it.
No, that's like the entrance.
What the hell's his house?
What? $100 million. It was listed for sale. I hope somebody buys it so we can go there.
Dude, his pathway down looks like straight from the Wizard of Oz.
yeah,
Look
dude,
at that.
Yellow
That
Brick
is
Road
sick.
type stuff.
So he sold it?
Have
Now
any of
what?
you guys been to like Elvis's house? People are still throwing bras on his porch.
No way.
Yeah,
What?
crazy. Leaving their panties there and stuff. Sorry.
What? That word freaks me out.
Yeah, there it is. I've heard so many stories about people being like
That's
at
that's
Elvis's
it.
house. You could like, okay, so
Yeah,
like
that's it.
this is
That's his
no,
house.
no, dude.
This looks like Roger
No
down
joke,
the
bro.
street.
No joke. You can walk up to like I probably not now, but like, you know, for a long time, for like 20 years, even like 10 years after his death, you could walk up to his porch and sit on his porch, even when he was inside. Like there's nobody guarding it or anything. Front door's locked. Like you can't just walk in. But people would take pictures on his porch and he'd be in there like watching TV. My dad
That's
told me
it?
stories about that. Yeah. And it's funny because everybody always talks about him watching TV. Like every time I hear stories about people going to his house and meeting him or whatever, he was always watching TV or something. And the
What
story I
else he's
just
got to do?
most recently, the story I heard
Sean.
was Paul McCartney talking about the first time he met Elvis. And he walks in and they were blown away because he was like one of the first people to have a remote for his TV. So like he was sitting there
Whoa,
clicking,
you
he
can
was
do
clicking the
that?
channels without like getting up, and they were just the Beatles were blown away that he could do that. Like this is the king right here. Like he's got the remote.
He's got it all figured
Yeah.
out.
He had the cool
Dude,
stuff.
no way,
It's
dude.
kind of
You
like
can
Michael
flip the
Jackson
channel from that
having an
seat.
amusement park. It's crazy.
Yeah, they have Truman's house still, and they still get it off. You can't go in anymore.
Mm.
I don't know why. That's because you used to be able to go in and look at everything,
Yeah, look around. It's a little museum and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's a museum.
but now you have to stay outside of the gate. It's like the tour guides literally just hit.
Yeah, wasn't that like
outside.
a government thing? Like they weren't
Probably.
Like,
It's a
costing, it, like,
president's
cost
house,
too much
you
or
know.
something.
I have no idea.
I
Like
don't
it just stopped recently, and all you can do, the tour guide literally, you guys just stand in front of the gate and you're just sitting there.
They have a tour guide.
talking for 30 minutes.
They have a tour guide to watch the sidewalk. Hey, don't touch that.
Back off from the gate. Literally, okay, $30. All right, well, let me tell you the history about it. Let me tell you I'm gonna just stand out there with a hat on.
I don't know how much
Yeah,
of this
one of
is
those
true, but
hats.
but,
$30. All right, well, let me tell you about this guy.
my grandpa,
Hiroshima.
my grandpa used to do the newspaper. Like he would throw the newspapers out of his truck. Like he would deliver newspapers in the morning. And like Harry was never at his house. Like this is before he was even like in politics as much or that he knew about it. He just saw some guy walking every day. So he would throw him his newspaper on his walk because he went on his walks around the square instead of just delivering it to his house. He was like, "Oh, here's your paper." Just hand it to him out of his truck. Crazy.
That's awesome.
I know.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Apparently, Diamond Bowl says that Truman bowled there.
Yeah, there's pictures of him bowling there. He also ate at Dixon's Chili often.
Dixon's Chili, what is that? Is
Never
that
been to Dixon's Chili either. Star Wars, Dixon's Chili. What else have you not done today?
Yeah.
What's the deal?
Yeah.
Got something to tell us.
Yeah.
Talking
Wait,
about
wait,
lizard
tell me-
people. Come on.
Dixon's Chili? Where's that at?
23rd Street, I think.
It's not 40.
No, it's not. Oh, if you go really far down 40, it's
Yeah.
off 40, right on the left.
Okay, I've been there. We've been there.
Oh, yeah. Would you get there?
Did we go there? We have been there.
Unlimited
I went there with
tacos.
you. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. He does. He does. He does.
He
Dixon's
I know.
Chili.
I'm cool. I'm cool.
Dixon's Chili, famous for their tacos. Literally.
Yeah. How much do you pay for like unlimited tacos?
It's
Like
like $7
$7.
and you can eat tacos and
literally
coming out your
pull
ass.
pull the shit out of your pocket, paper clips, pocket lint, and they'll be like, "All right, free tacos." Here you go."
Pocket lint. Shout out Blake Jones.
Shout out to Blake Jones.
You guys didn't know who that was last time either. Pocket.
I don't know who Blake Jones is.
No, Jeff did. And did. Pocket land.
All right, well, here's your Blake Jones, everyone.
That
Not him.
actually looks like him.
A little bit, but not really.
Jesus Christ.
That may or may not have been him on the far right. That's crazy.
Edward Jones.
All right. Well, yeah.
All right,
All
welcome
right.
to the stream. Welcome to the podcast.
Where are we going? How long have we been going now, man?
An hour and 40.
That's pretty good.
Jeez.
I didn't
pretty
really
long.
didn't see that long, I guess.
I'm ready to watch the Chiefs, dude. Seriously.
I am
Same.
too, man. We got about an hour. Matt's got
I,
about an hour to get his
I have,
stuff
I have
together.
a track.
You have a what?
I have a track to make.
Well,
Yeah, that is true.
one thing's for sure. I'm ready to watch Patrick and Mahomes.
Throw a damn.
We're gonna dominate today.
All right, what's your guess for the score?
I told you, 1 touchdown. We're gonna win by 1 touchdown. Score? I don't know. We'll get 3 to 4 on the board, and they'll get 2 to 3 on the board. Guessing field goals are gonna be kind of weird. I don't know how many field goals we're gonna have to attempt today.
I'm saying
Defense is
28,
either gonna be-
28-17.
Defense is either going to be
Chiefs.
on it or not at
Chiefs
all.
will.
They're either going to be like, what happened? Something's different, or no change at all. We're just going to just get destroyed, which doesn't matter because Mahomes is going to throw more. We're going to run the ball more today as well. We're not going to pass. We're going to run the ball more today.
Kareem Hunt's a moron. All right. End of story. All right. We're ending the stream.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining. Wow.
Thanks for
Agree.
flying us out. Man, you're so
Yeah, I
generous.
flew these guys
you flew
out.
the Cozy Gang out yesterday and
Flew these guys out
get them a
from
hotel.
Calabasas is where these two guys are
That's
from.
right. We're from there.
So, all right. We'll see you guys later.